Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our game here at the 2023 U16 Western Challenge as we have Team Manitoba facing against host Team Saskatchewan. My name is Chris Satisbeck, and I'm joined by Olivier for the second game after a great win this afternoon.
Yeah, it's in the booth with Chris and Ollie is never at the moment. This game, nothing to do with us. First game, a fantastic showing by Team Alberta and Team British Columbia, who came back in the game at the very end. We got a really, really good game, a close game. That was great.
It was a little back and forth. Alberta going half the lead, and then TC did a big and then coming back, and Team was awesome. Great.
The whole game wasn't sure who would run away with, and nobody really did run with it. It was a close game until the end. Now today we've got the number 4 team, ranked team, Manitoba. We had a talk with some of the executives on the team manager and all that, and they feel good. The underdogs coming in, but ranked 4 with the team this year. That's with the seeding of the team.
That's right. Exciting great as we pause for Canada.
Now, Chris, we were just talking about number 4, Manitoba. Rankings don't mean a ton. They were based on last year, and then having 7 players, I believe.
That's right.
So it's a very team. Brand new coach. 4 of them being ex-members of the CFL. Make fun stuff, offense and defense in terms of coordination. That's fun. Team Saskatchewan, on the other hand, hasn't lost a game since 2019. They merged to be one province. So they used to have 2 teams in this challenge, in this tournament. Now they have 1 team. It makes them even stronger. They are favorites, but a lot of pressure on this team. Good job last year. Now they're playing at home. Is that
Samuel Dean does a nice job.
great play by Samuel Dean? I mean, I don't think you're thinking about that as an opening kick.
No.
Really, really smart. Gets the ball, takes a knee right away, protects themselves, and guess what? Now the offense takes over the 45-yard line. I bet you that reaches a game goal.
So Team Saskatchewan will start on the first drive of this game. Ball on the 45-yard line. Line up with a fullback there to the right to start here as Khalid Hossein out of also Dakota Collegiate starts here for Team Manitoba. He's going to look for that running back on that swing pass to the left side. Hits him there. And a nice one-on-one tackle there by the Team Saskatchewan DB.
Is that the field corner that comes up to make a play almost in the backfield? I got to say it's a great job by the corner to run that down. Not an easy tackle to make against the starting running back.
No, that's 28 Noah Lee for Team Manitoba with the catch there. Reminder, if you're interested in following along stats-wise, you can go to reginarams.com/stats. We'll do our best to read them off throughout the game as well. So that brings up second and about 9-8, give or take, for Team Manitoba on their first drive. We're going to take that pass, flag down on the play, going to do a semi-roll to the right. Throws it right at number 4, that Jack Bear out of the ball, but dropping the reception. See what the penalty is.
Yeah, a couple of I saw it late, but didn't get it, so we know that's not the call. What a missed opportunity there.
Brady Templeton out of Fort Garry Lions.
Now that looks like a long 3rd and 1, but from what we've seen from Manitoba so far with the onside kick on the first play of the game, I bet you they're going for this.
I think so. They've talked about, although they don't want to consider themselves an underdog, they know that they are, all things considered, so they have to take some chances. They did that short kick to start, and they're going to go for it here on 3rd and short.
Looks like maybe a quarterback sneak coming up here.
Yeah, Khalil's going to line up under center there, and he's going to get pushed there, and he gets just enough. Nice little push there by the running back. Could be yelling about a tandem buck that never gets called. But
yes, you and I's favorite non-call in football, the famous tandem buck. For those at home who don't know what that is, by rule, you cannot push your ball carrier forward. That's against the rule, but it's rarely.
Yeah. We'll yell about it all the time, but it's a tough one to call. Happens fast. So going to bring up first down for Team Manitoba as Khalil goes to the sideline here. I believe maybe his helmet came off, so he has to come off for a play at least.
And that's a rule that's set in place to make sure that the athletes have an opportunity to be checked out by a medical staff just to make sure there's no concussion. Helmet comes off, there's a chance you receive the blow to the head. We want to make sure the kids stay safe.
Try and catch a number here of the quarterback in right now. That's 13, Alexander Belasco, Grant Park High School in. He's going to hand that off to 28. Nice job by the Team Sask defense there. Nothing going on the left side.
Yeah, and that defense is going to be strong. So head coach David Rogers, as you and I spoke to him before the game, mentioned that's the backbone of the team. That defense is tough. They're physical, and he expects them to be dominant today.
We saw Owen Topping out of the Holy Cross Crusaders up in Saskatoon making a nice play there on the D-line as well. All right, going to bring up 2nd and 10 here as Alexander Velasco stays in at QB here on this play. Noah Lee. He's going to throw to the left side there. Caught by number 81. Nice job on that completion. That is Kane Cristofaro out of Thunder Bay, Ontario, making that nice catch. 3 players from Thunder Bay. It's kind of a unique situation. They've got players that have to travel from Thunder Bay. They're too far to play for their Team Ontario team in the Eastern Challenge, so they decide to play for Team Manitoba, and nice catch there.
That's outstanding, by the way. The commitments from these kids to drive, it's maybe, what, 8-9 hours of a drive to go practice? You got to applaud that commitment to football.
So Alexander Velasco staying in at QB there after a nice catch. He's going to look quickly to the right. He's going to throw and hits his receiver, but it's dropped by number 23, Brady Templeton there. Not a bad throw there by Alexander. Going to bring up 2nd down. And it looks like Khalil is going to come back in the game now.
Well, good job. Good showing by the backup quarterback.
Absolutely.
Probably wasn't expected to come in so early in the game, but that's what you do. You're on the sideline, you're paying attention, and you make sure you're ready if your names get called upon.
All right, so it brings up 2nd and 10. Ball on the 20-yard line for Team Manitoba on their first offensive drive after the turnover on the quarterback sneak for Team Sask. Motion across the formation behind Khalil. He's going to throw the corner to the right side. He's going to hit his receiver for a touchdown. Team Manitoba. Ben LaRose Short out of Grant Park High School with the big catch and the touchdown.
Team Manitoba rolling in today with confidence, talking to us before the game, saying, we might be the underdogs, but we'll embrace it, and we're going to kick ass today. You know, we asked our staff, he said, do you expect to win today? He looked at us in the eyes, and what did he say?
He said yes.
Yes, sir. And I love that. I love that attitude coming in. You have no reason to come in and say, you know what, let's be careful, we're playing Team Sask. No, let's go for it. And I got to say, coming up with an onside kick, going for it on 3rd down, and now a great shot for a touchdown. Well-deserved 6 points for Manitoba.
Absolutely. As number 1, Khalil Hussein, the quarterback who just threw that touchdown pass, lines up to kick the extra point. Holder is backup quarterback number 13, Alexander Velasco. And kick is up and through and gives Team Manitoba a 7-0 lead with 7 minutes left in the first quarter.
Okay, early in the game, good showing from Manitoba. Team Saskatchewan, obviously a costly fumble. Haven't had the ball since that first play where they turned the ball over on the exchange. So I'm sure they're anxious to get going with the offense. We've been told it's a good running offense, young running backs. There's a couple of good ones in there. I'm sure we're going to mention probably Marcus Hall a few times.
Marcus Adams Jr.
Marcus Adams,
That's
pardon
right.
me.
Yep.
Adams Jr.,
Yep.
absolutely. And there's a second running back in there we expect to see.
Yeah, should be good. We'll see if Team Sask changes their offense or not. Obviously, a team that went under center right away, we talked about the running game. We'll see if they stay under center or if they maybe bounce back to the shotgun.
Traditionally speaking, Team Sask has done a bit of both, I believe, but it's more and more current now to see pistol, shotgun types of formations. It could be a way to settle down the quarterback and center if they're running into some issues.
All right, Khalil Hussein lined up, ready to kick this ball off to Team Saskatchewan. We'll see if they go with another short kick or if this time they maybe try and kick it deep. The Team Sask returners are playing out quite up, and they are going to go with that short kick to the right side again, gets underneath it, and once again, number 6 for Team Saskatchewan, Samuel Dean, catching that and just getting down, getting their offense the ball.
And that's the way to do
Absolutely.
it. I'm surprised to see Manitoba do the same thing twice. And this might be because they don't have a strong leg kicker. We might learn otherwise later today. But good job by Team Saskatchewan for handling that.
Yeah, Khalil did a nice job on the extra point, so he does have some decent leg strength, but they are just kicking it short, maybe not wanting to risk kicking it deep to the Team Saskatchewan returners.
Now, I apologize for butchering the running back's name, Marcus Adams Jr. Now, we know that name very well. Why is that?
Well, we were fortunate enough to coach with and watch his father, Marcus Adams, play in the CFL, and then coach with him here in Regina when he was here after as a coach as well on the Regina ride of the WWCFL. All right, so they are going to turn around, hand this ball off to Marcus Adams. He finds that hole on the right side, keeps his feet going, drives that tackler and it's going to be close to a first down.
Well done. Good first run here to settle again and say, hey, look, we can play this game. That was just a mishap on the first play. We're here to run the ball and run it well. Second and inches, bit of a coordinator's dream here. Do you take a shot? You just run again and impose your will.
You know, we'll see here what the Team Sask coordinator does as he has Corbin Thompson out of Marauder High School in Regina here. They are going to go back in, and they're going to line up in gun here. So we'll see if they maybe put the ball in the air or if they just go hand the ball off to Marcus Adams and try and get that first down. Or he's going to have that jet motion across. He's just going to turn and hand it off to Marcus Adams. He's got lots of room on the left side. Gets outside towards the sideline and does a nice job there getting a big first down for Team Saskatchewan.
That's great blocking by the wide receivers as well. Good job, Team Saskatchewan, imposing their will to the run game early. What a great way to bounce back after being scored on. Fans, a note that we can see your comments online, so feel free to tell us about these players that you love and that you're watching and supporting. Feel free to let us know how we're doing, and feel free to also laugh at our jokes, because Chris and I are going to try to have a bit of fun, keep you guys on your toes as we go through this tournament. It's our second game today. We've had a lot of chatter about hot dogs in the first game.
That's right, which we didn't get for anyone that's listening to the second game.
Yeah, we had a bit of a poll going on asking the people online that in between the games, should we go get information about the teams or should we go eat hot dogs? Now, everybody voted hot dogs, but we figured out that the fans watching earlier weren't fans of Manitoba or Saskatchewan.
That's right.
So we ignored the comments, and we went to get information about the team so we can give you a better broadcast.
Number 42 injured for Team Manitoba. That is Ryan North, D lineman. And he did pop up right away, though. Looks like he will be okay. He will have to miss at least 3 plays here, though. But looks like he should be able to come back into this game.
Special shout out to Emily Belanger cheering for Team Quebec today, saying Team Quebec on top. Now, it's a difficult comment given that Quebec's not in this tournament, but Emily, we do appreciate you tuning in and watching all the way from Quebec. We know you're a football athlete who's played at the highest of levels, women's senior national team. If I'm not mistaken, for 12 years. It's 3 teams.
Absolutely.
They played for 4
Incredible
years.
player.
And has played in Regina as well.
Corbin Thompson lined up in the gun here. He's going to take the snap. He's going to fake it to Marcus Adams. He's got lots of room on the keeper on the left side. He's going to hit that sideline, pushed out of bounds by number 29. That is Evan Geddes out of Team Manitoba, but not after a big first down.
Yeah, and I love the decision by the quarterback here. On the keep, you know, whatever. He's reading a player and decides to keep it. But I love the decision to run out of bounds. A lot of players are trying to put their shoulders down for an extra few yards. It's too early in the tournament, too early in the game. You got the first down, you got 12 yards, get out of bounds, and live for the next down. It's a really smart play by quarterback there.
That is a nice play by Corbin there as he lines up once again in the gun with Marcus Adams to his left. He's got quads to the field side to his right. Marcus Adams is going to leak out to the left side. We'll see. He's going to look to pass to him here, and he's going to hit him on the little flat route, break 1 tackle there, and then run into 3 Team Manitoba tacklers, but not after another first down.
We're seeing some chunky Adams athleticism in this kid. He's really looked good so far early in the going. And a reminder, Marcus Adams is not a returning player. He's not an old player on this team. He's a young, perhaps, I don't put too much pressure, he's a young superstar.
Well, he's looking like it so far, yeah. Starting running back for this team, U16 Team Saskatchewan team at only 14 years old.
That's pretty incredible.
Corbin Thompson going to line up under center again this time here. We'll see here what Team Saskatchewan does. Has that extra fullback to the right side. They are just going to hand it off to Marcus Adams on the left. Follows that lead block there, and good pursuit by Team Manitoba. Limits that to about 3 or 4 yards, but getting close to that goal line.
Absolutely. You know, Adams trying to run forward to get extra yards, but a good pop by the linebackers of Manitoba. They might get bruised a little bit with the run game so far, but on this play, they sure show that they like to put their stick on it as well. All
right, so going to bring up 2nd and goal. Ball on the 4-yard line here for Team Saskatchewan, as Corbin Thompson's going to line up under center once again. Corbin's ready to take the snap. He will turn and fake that same play from before. This time he's going to roll to the right. Has a wide receiver wide open for an easy Team Saskatchewan touchdown.
Yeah, that's Gabe Yasinski on the reception from Moose Jaw. Tell you what, great play call because you expect the run. They've run so well and so well and so well. Now you play action boot and you get a wider open receiver. I think it's a great job of the coaching staff and SAS to just dial up the right play in the situation here. It just gave him 7-6.
You know, we mentioned it looked the exact same as the play before. They had that same look. QB did a great job with his fake, had a nice roll, had lots of time, hit the wide open receiver.
That's how an offense should look, right? You should be building from one play to the next, and it should be sequential that way. And it's just, great display of a Saskatchewan offense.
All right, Team Saskatchewan will line up here for the extra point.
Now we've got a lefty kicker. This is difficult.
Nice kick, though. They're great strength on that kick. We'll try and get the number and find out who their Team Saskatchewan kicker is.
That's number 38, and it was a great kick. And, you know, I said that's difficult, a bit more of a joke because the holders have to learn to be unorthodox, if you will, and be on the other side of the formation. But clearly, at this level of play, they can do that easily.
Yeah, great job by Traven Wiggins there. Linebacker and kicker.
Okay, 7-7. Each team has had, well, no, one drive, and then on Team Sask, I mean, one drive.
One turnover and one
mishap.
touchdown.
That's so it's not that far.
So far, it's a little bit back over here. Take a little bit of time going. It's not too often you see offenses come out and turn it like this.
Well, no, because counting each other. They're playing a 4, a 5, 2 front, traditional 2 at a dime. We don't know we're going to those guys sometimes line up in formation, transformation. The team found a way to move the ball pretty efficient.
All right, so see what winner Gavin Williamson has for his kickoff team. As Team Saskatchewan line up, as kick deep here. But this doesn't get that island, but 45 on Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan.
I saw it with blockers at Chris at the boundary. There's a few blocks away. It's not easy to come from 20 yards, but I thought it was a good one.
We'll start their second drive on offense in this first quarter here. Team Saskatchewan and Team Manitoba are tied. Khalil Hossein will be in at quarterback for Team Manitoba.
Hey, thank you for the kind words, Leroy. We're doing our best up here. Appreciate the compliment.
Formation once again in the backfield. Looks like the running back's going to leak out here. Add in and pass pro. Quick ball to the boundary there. Through his hands. A nice pass by Khalil, but receiver couldn't put that.
I think that's what I'm seeing a team Manitoba trying ways to get number 21 wants to be very fast. So we have to settle down at the cradle of the ball and have a bit more step. He's been on a couple times already in this school.
In that 23 set, and so that 13 for Manitoba. Once again, we're going to leak out here. Add in pass roll. Get Team Saskatchewan back. It's
49 in, it's 5 in a running back that was in protection. It's a good for team. Their D-line it's like number 1 Team Saskatchewan. Might sleep or 7-7, but Team Sask is in great field position to take the lead here.
So you mentioned Team Saskatchewan having 2 great running backs, one being Marcus Adams, the other being Samuel Trent Lafreniere out of Centennial Chargers, Saskatoon. So we'll see here. It looks like they are going to keep Marcus Adams in the game here, though. Once again, lining up with that Roger look with the fullback on the offensive side. They are going to jet sweep it, though, to the receiver coming across. Got lots of space here with great speed. He's going to try and hit that corner, and he's get in for 18. Saskatchewan under our flag down.
Guys are coming from the head official. He's behind quarterback.
60.
Maybe that was 60.
60, yeah, Matthew saw. Yeah.
Now, you know, O-line at the point of attack, it's going to happen.
Absolutely.
You know, you're going to get a penalty or 2 per game when these things happen. But their coaches said, hey, what kind of team are you on offense? And they basically said, like, the O-line is our team. We run the ball really, really well. So don't be surprised if they go right back to it.
Well, and I was going to say, I bet you we see that jet sweep again with the speed that the receiver has there as Corbin Thompson throws to the right there but falls incomplete. We saw the speed that Ben Blackburn had there, number 8 on Team Sask, so I bet you they're going to come back to that jet sweep later in the game.
Yeah, and that's tough for the defense, on the Manitoba side because of versatility. They've run the ball so well inside. Now they show that, they can fake the handoff and go wide. That's going to be difficult on Manitoba defense.
Yeah, good job, though, there. Forcing a 2nd and 20 now. We'll see here if Team Saskatchewan goes with the patented Canadian football screen or draw on 2nd and long.
Everybody knows in the CFL that's what's going to be called, but let's see what it's called in U16.
Touchdowns now on the next 2 drives.
Now, Chris, I see you looking through the windows here at the fans. We've got a lot of green jerseys in the fans, obviously Saskatchewan being at home. But a really good showing here at Leibel Field. I assume that means there's nobody listening on the webcast at home.
I think that's what that means, right? No, I was just looking. Obviously, we're fortunate enough here as Team Saskatchewan does hit that extra point and makes their lead 14-7. Trying to find one of our players, actually, that we coach. So Brooklyn Shaw, that plays for the Regina Riot out of the WWCFL, has a brother playing here for Team Saskatchewan, Colton Shaw. Now, we want to talk about other teams. We aren't too familiar with Team Saskatchewan, although we're from Regina and we coach here. I don't think either of us have coached any of these players, so we pretty much know as much as anyone else watching this game right now from out of town.
Yeah, that's correct. So you're welcome to send us some anecdotes, if you will, about some players or tell us who you're cheering for online. We'll try to give you a shout-out or give that player a shout-out as we see your comments roll in here on the webcast.
We see, obviously, the majority of players for Team Manitoba being from Winnipeg, one from Gimli that manager Jody Plenty talked about as well, and we talked about the ones from Thunder Bay, one from Lorette, East St. Paul, and then one from Brandon and Morris and Whitemouth. So it's nice to see lots of different cities represented. This team Saskatchewan does kick it deep here. Nice job by the returner that time. Gets a decent return there, brings that ball across. He's going to get that ball to about the 34-yard line, it looks
As
like.
you're talking about the players where they come from on the Manitoba side, on the Saskatchewan side, it's a bit different. They're from all over the place, spread out through the province. We've been told that some of these players have never played 12-a-side football before. They've been playing 6-a-side football. Some have been playing 9-a-side, and maybe in some sort of tournament play, they've had a chance to play 12-on-12. But for some kids here today, it's their first game playing 12-on-12.
That's right, and it is a big difference playing the full field. You know, 6-a-side, 9-a-side is shrunken in, so a little bit of a difference. As Team Manitoba starts here, Khalil Hossein lined up in the gun with Noah Lee to his left. Adds in another running back this time. He's going to look to swing it out to that added in running back, and it's going to fall incomplete. It looks like that was a forward pass. However, there are flags down on both sides.
Yeah, good reflex by the running back to jump on the ball regardless in case it's ruled, you know, a fumble, a pass that was lateral or backwards. Because we saw in the first play of the game a running back swing that was definitely thrown behind the running back, and if that was dropped, that it would have been a fumble. But in this situation here, it is indeed ruled incomplete. We'll see what the flags are all about.
Yeah, it came from both side officials here, so probably an offside, and it looks like it's going to be on Team Saskatchewan, so that will make it 1st and 5 for Team Manitoba.
Uncharacteristic of Saskatchewan, who's kind of known to be a very
Offside.
disciplined group.
Number 77, 5-yard penalty, repeat, first down.
All right, so that will be a repeat of first down. Ball on the 37-yard line now for Team Manitoba.
Come on, guys. Come on, deep.
Khalil Hossein lined up in the gun once again with Noah Lee to his left. He's going to bounce off to his right. Motion again. We see lots of motion in this tournament so far from the offenses. Noah's going to bounce out, add in pass protection, a little bit of a half roll. We'll see here who who Khalil looks to throw at. Finds someone late as a safety number 1. That's Noah Finkelday. Comes up and almost picks that ball off, but there is another flag down.
Yeah, there sure is. Another reminder that we've turned the quality of the feed down on purpose to try to help you at home. It's difficult here. The facility is liable. It's not set up perfectly for Wi-Fi. We're not at Mosaic Stadium or anything like that, but we're doing what we can to give you the best quality possible, and we hope that you're still enjoying the game, having a chance to maybe not hear our voices, as well as see what's going on the field, but hopefully you're having a blast and keep the comments coming.
All right, so we'll see what that flag is. It looked like, again, might have been a holding there, although the officials are talking about it right now. So it looks like a cut block there, potentially on Team Manitoba.
Holding on the offense, number 65.
Yep, all the way.
Unnecessary roughness, roughing the passer, number 99. Difference is 5 yards.
Okay, so it's actually a holding and a roughing the passer. So that's going to be an automatic first for Team Manitoba. And it's going to start with the ball on the 41-yard line.
Now, those penalties don't offset. What they do is they take 10 yards away from the 15 of the major penalty, and this is an automatic first. So
That's
even
right.
if that wasn't enough yards, Manitoba would be accredited the first down.
Up 5 and a first down for Team Manitoba as Khalil Hossein out of Dakota Collegiate. Lots of players from Dakota Collegiate in Winnipeg on this Team Manitoba, including his running back, Noah Lee. He's going to turn to pass this time, though. He's going to swing it out right to Noah, to the right side, makes a nice broken tackle there, keeps running, breaks one more, stays up, and gets that ball all the way down to Team Saskatchewan's 35-yard line.
That's a big play for Manitoba. Comes out of 2 broken tackles. We need to see those Saskatchewan players. And you know, we love them. Don't mean to criticize too much, but we need to see them use their arms and wrap up in those tackles.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you can't bring a running back down with your shoulder.
And that was actually number 23, Brady Templeton, out of the Fort Garry Lions, running the ball after the catch there. And they did a nice job getting a big play for Team Manitoba.
I'm happy what I'm seeing at Team Manitoba. I expected Team Saskatchewan to be strong, and I believe that they really are. But it's nice to see Manitoba fighting right now and keeping this game close. As we approach the end of the first quarter, we've got a 1-touchdown game and a good showing and good positive plays on both sides of the ball.
Absolutely. Just a reminder for those watching that want to follow the stats online, you can go to reginarams.com/stats. Just go over a few of the stats here in the first quarter. Quarterback Khalil Hossein for Team Manitoba, 4 for 5 for 57 yards, 1 touchdown and a long of 34 now. And then Alexander Belasco in there for temporary duty, 1 of 2 for 17 yards. On offense, quarterback for Team Saskatchewan, we've got Corbin Thompson, 3 for 4 for 43 yards and 1 touchdown as well.
Yeah, and yards have been pretty similar. You got about 109 yards for Team Sask and about 76 for Manitoba. The big difference is that Manitoba's rushing has suffered so far. Only 2 yards on the ground versus Saskatchewan 66. That might be a tale of the strength of the offensive line and defensive line of Team Saskatchewan. We've just noticed the sheer size during the warm-ups. I was impressed by looking at how athletic that group is, and I mean, in football, it kind of starts from the O-line, D-line, doesn't it?
It does, and we've seen Team Manitoba have success on the outside now with those quick wide receiver hitches to the wideouts or throwing it to the running back in the flat, so we'll see if they stick with that.
Yeah, it might be some smart strategy. If you're struggling a little bit with the battle up front, you got to get the ball out wide and see what your receivers can do, your running backs in the flats, and they've seen some success that way.
Absolutely. So it's going to bring up 1st and 10 for Team Manitoba. Ball on the 34-yard line as we start to battle the sun here at Leibel Field. Beautiful facility here built. I don't know how long ago. I know we just had new turf put in here over the last couple of seasons, which is great. We're lucky to play here. Obviously, we like being at Mosaic, but for a U16 tournament, minor football especially, it's great having the tournament here and showcasing the beautiful facility we have here in Regina.
Oh, absolutely, and with a bit smaller capacity, it makes it feel a little bit cozier, a little bit more people in the stands, it looks like, and it creates a great atmosphere.
Cleo's going to roll to the right, but doesn't have any receivers open. He's going to get lit up on the sideline, and that's definitely an easy 15-yard penalty for the officials to call there.
Yeah, Riker Hansen, I'm sorry to say it, my friend, but you cannot do that. Hitting a quarterback that late in front of the team's bench, you're going to get in trouble. That's definitely a 15-yard penalty, definitely a first down, and yeah, not a good penalty to take.
Now, we've seen a few penalties for Team Saskatchewan now that, as you mentioned, maybe not like them in tournaments past, especially starting this early, but shooting themselves in the foot so far. Now, Team Manitoba has done a great job capitalizing on that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's keeping the game very close.
So, will be another first down for Team Manitoba as Khalil Hossein gets up from that hit there, ready to go.
Now, we mentioned the crowd here from Saskatchewan, but Team Manitoba sure traveled a lot of people as well. We've got a sea of green and gold.
That's
here
right. It's great to see people from all across Western Canada here at this tournament.
You love to see it.
Motion across in the backfield again. Khalil's going to take that snap. He's going to turn and hand it off to his running back on the right side, but a great job there by Team Saskatchewan, and that is number 40, Jack Bear out of Regina Minor Football, making a nice play there.
Lots of great athletes here on both sides of the ball with both teams. It's really a treat to be here and to get a chance to see these U16 athletes. It's the cream of the crop. It's the best players of each province, and it's just been fun to watch so far.
We're fortunate enough to be asked to do this. As we mentioned earlier, we did the U18 women's tournament here in Regina last year, and well, we must have done okay enough for them to ask us back.
Or they can't find anybody else.
That's also very likely.
Either way, we're happy to have you join us. It's Chris in the booth with Chris and Ollie.
That's right. Khalil Hossein ready to take the snap again. He's going to do that half roll to the right. He's going to look for his running back once again, or his receiver coming across the formation. They had success with that play. That time gets a nice job coming up short of the first down, though.
Yeah, Kelly Olsen is impressing me with his ability to put the ball precisely where he needs to be when they hit his running backs. It's not easy to make those types of throws to running backs. We see quarterbacks all the time because it's not a deep throw. They kind of underthrow it or they're pushing the ball out. He's been leading the running backs perfectly into the flats and having a lot of success with it. So great job on the accuracy out of this young quarterback.
That's another great job by Brady Templeton. Now that's 3 catches for 46 yards, an average of 15.3 yards every time he touches the ball.
Wow.
Someone that they're going to be looking at getting here is going to bring up 3rd and short. You know, they haven't had success running the ball so far, only about 0.3 yards in average. We'll see, though, they've had success with that QB sneak, and it looks like someone jumped there. And from up here, it looks like Team Saskatchewan, but we'll see what the officials say.
Yeah, as per football legal rules, both teams have to point at each other at this point, and it's the team that points the hardest that will get the penalty.
You know, that's how we coach it, so we'll see if it pays off or not, though.
Their officials are getting together here to discuss. I'm going to assume it's a penalty on Saskatchewan here.
It did look like it from up here. It didn't look like anyone moved on that Team Manitoba offensive line. So we'll see here if Team Saskatchewan gives up another penalty for another first down.
Yeah, they're hurting themselves with the discipline here. And we're talking about discipline in both, you know, simple things in football. I'm not hitting late, but also not jumping off sides. These are things that you expect an elite team to maybe perform it better. Is it early in the tournament? Is it the jitters? Don't worry at home. We're going to compliment Saskatchewan plenty, but there are times and things that they also can get better at.
Absolutely. So it is a offside on Team Saskatchewan, which will give Team Manitoba a 1st and goal now here as Khalil Hossein lines up again in the backfield in the gun for quarterback with Noah Lee, his teammate at Dakota Collegiate in Winnipeg there beside him. We see Brady Templeton coming again across the formation. We've seen this play a few times. We'll see if they look to hit him in the flats, and they actually throw deep to the end zone this time. Receiver goes up and gets it and makes an incredible catch for a touchdown for Team Manitoba.
That's a great play by Ben LaRose going up for the ball, and I got to say congratulations. I mean, that's how you do it. Everybody's thinking, okay, 1st and goal from the 5, I'm going to run the ball. Let's throw it up to our wide receiver. He's tall, he can go and get it. Great confidence in your players, and I got to say, I'm impressed with Team Manitoba.
You know, even from up here, it looks similar to that play they've ran a few times with Brady Templeton. Have him leak out to the flats. Maybe that corner was hoping to come up and make a big play. Although, good coverage still, just a great job by the receiver there going up and getting that ball.
Yeah, that's good football. It's not like the defense was in well positioned. It's not like the offense was wide open. It was a good pitch and catch. It was good defending, and it's just a great play.
Absolutely. We do have an injured Team Saskatchewan player here, just trying to catch the number. It does look like that's number 40, Jack Bayer. But he is walking off under his own power, so we hope that he'll be okay and back in this game on the next defensive series.
14-13, a chance for Manitoba to tie it. If you're Manitoba coach right now, you're feeling pretty good, right?
I think so. You know, they talked about not wanting to come in as feeling like underdogs, but, you know, being ranked 4th in the tournament going in, and they have an opportunity here to tie it up in the 2nd quarter, doing a great job so far. As Khalil Hossein does line up to kick the extra point, doing double duty as the quarterback and the kicker, and he will kick that through and make this a tie game, 14-14 with 9:31 left in the 2nd quarter.
I'm impressed with Team Manitoba. I had a bit of an inclination that maybe Team Sask, just their past record, would be able to come in today and kind of impose their will, but that's not the case yet.
No, not at all. We've seen a very tight game.
I say yet because I'm seeing a bit of an edge for Team Saskatchewan, pure and simple with the front 7. I think their offensive line is showing dominant traits, so I expect Team Saskatchewan to be able to run the ball and keep scoring. The question is, can Manitoba roll the punches and also keep scoring? Because so far, we've been treated to a great game.
Well, they've done a great job in the air. Khalil Hossein is now 6 for 7 for 72 yards, 2 touchdowns and a long of 34. He's throwing the ball with 85% right now.
Wow.
So they've seen something. They've maybe seen that they can't run the ball as well. Again, we mentioned that 0.3 yard average running the ball. But why? If you can throw it, and they're averaging 12.7 yards in the air.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. And again, the regenerams.com/stats if you want to follow along with the statistics. Fantastic stuff. And, yeah, we're just lucky to be treated to such good games.
All right, so Khalil will line up to kick this ball off after leading that touchdown drive for Team Manitoba. Does look like number 8, Ben Blackburn, that speedy receiver for Team Saskatchewan, is back there to return the ball. They're going to kick it to the other returner, though, on the right side. Does a nice job fielding that in the air. Also has good speed, has a lane, breaks one tackle, stays up. That's number 22. We've talked about him, Samuel Trent Lafayette, the other running back from Centennial Collegiate.
You know what? He reminds me of Shaden Magnus that we saw the U18 tournament with the ball security high and tight, running in a straight line at full speed. I thought it was a really nice return. I always like praising these athletes when they use the right technique, and just the ball security there. You know, he's probably got a pretty good running back coach at home.
Absolutely. We also, you know, as you mentioned, Shade Magnus and the U18 tournament last year, the women's tournament, Michael Scraper does a great job with videography for Team Saskatchewan and other provincial organizations across the province here, taking footage. So we'll see if he's down at field level there in the boot. And quarterback is going to keep that this time, and he's going to get probably about 8 yards there, and going to be actually 3rd and short.
Yeah,
Sorry, second and short.
Second and short, or the first down. He's very close to that marker. He fought for those yards at the end, and let's see what the officials call here.
That is number 5 in for Team Saskatchewan.
Not on our roster,
No.
assuming this is one of the quarterbacks here today. We've got a number 15, Corbin Thompson. It could be him. Apologies at home for not having that detail for you.
Yeah, well, we have seen Corbin in before, so that is number 5, Sam, and I will butcher this name if I try it, and I'm going to try my best. Bazarkiewicz.
Well, good job, Sam, with the carry.
That's right. All right, so that was a first down for Team Saskatchewan, And it's going to bring up second down here after that stop for Team Manitoba on that first down play.
I like what I'm seeing with Saskatchewan. They're not panicking. It's 14-14. Maybe they expected to have the lead by now, but they're just saying, you know what, let's just run the ball. Let's just do our thing. We're playing just fine. The offense is rolling. We'll be okay.
Yeah, averaging 12.7 yards on the ground running the ball. So something they feel confident in doing.
I mean, their only stop so far has been that turnover, which is just a bad exchange on the first play of the game.
That's right. And it does look like that is number 22, Samuel Trent Lafreniere, in there at running back. Little fake jet screen there, and it is running back off the left side there. He's going to break that with great speed for a touchdown. Number 22, Samuel Trent Lafreniere.
Okay, now that
And
is
you can probably pronounce that better than I can.
Lafreniere.
There you go.
That is just an outstanding display of, I want to say, acceleration,
Absolutely.
quickness, and top-end speed. I mean, you saw the athleticism in there. It was one cut, north, and I'm gone. Love seeing that other running back. No hesitation. He knew what he was going to do. And, wow, did he show speed there.
Yeah, head coach David Rogers talked about the two-headed monster on offense running the ball, and it showcased it there with both running backs having a great game so far.
Now, if they keep Salmon at quarterback and Salmon in the backfield and they do a lot of zone read, we just know that Sam's going to run
So
the
one
ball.
of them's going to have the ball. That's right. It's number 38, Traven Wiggins, out of the Holy Cross Crusaders, kicks that ball through and makes this a 21-14 game for Team Saskatchewan with 7 minutes and 37 seconds left in the second quarter.
Okay, very different game from what we saw earlier today. We had a defensive battle where it was 11-0 early, but essentially stayed below 20 the whole game. Now it's already 21-14. You know, if you like offense, you're pretty excited to watch this game so far.
So far, very different from the game from the game from this afternoon, right? It was a 11-1 game going into halftime. I can't remember exact score there, but more of a defensive showcase. We obviously saw a lot of great plays on offense by both teams in that first game, but definitely not as much scoring as we've seen in this game so far.
Now, my only question for this game, you know, in terms of like, will it stay close or not? I have a hard time seeing the Saskatchewan offense slow down. The yards per carry is just, I mean, it's 16 yards per carry right now.
Yeah.
And I'm not even sure if the last stat updated yet. So Saskatchewan will score a lot today. The question is, can Manitoba keep up and go punch for punch with Saskatchewan?
Yeah, they've done a good job so far on offense, and that time just bobbles the kick there, bounces short, but does a nice job to fall in. A little bit of tensions there at the end of that kickoff as a couple of the players get into it there.
Your returner is 21, Jaden Wall. And he's down.
So going to bring up first down for Team Manitoba. Had a great drive last time. All right, so Khalil Hussein will line up again at quarterback. Actually, sorry, it looks like this time, yeah, he will, sorry.
It is tough now. We've got the glare of this.
We do, yeah, the sun's right in our
7
eyes
o'clock
here.
sun in our eyes.
We'll do our best here. Khalil's going to look to his left. He's going to find number 20 in the scene there. Does a nice job. Great job by Team Saskatchewan rallying up at the hit there, but an outstanding job by number 20, Hudson Katovich, out of Dakota Collegiate on the catch. Another teammate of Khalil Hussein.
Yeah, it's a hard tackle by Riker Hansen here, you know, who's playing very physical today. It's a great job also Manitoba offense. We have a little double hook concept. You want to run that against maybe a soft cover 3 where one defender drops back deep, and now you've got 2 short routes against a short defender. Quarterback picked the right guy and threw the ball. It's a good pitch and catch for now looking at second and short.
It's a clear lineup in the gun again with running back Noah Lee to his right. He's going to look to pass again, keep that ball in the air. He's had good success so far. He's going to turn and run this time and protects himself. And they are going to call a flag there. We'll have to see on the replay. It looked like they let up, although it looks like Cleo is maybe down injured. So we'll have to see on the replay. It might be a good call by the officials.
It's an interesting play call. You know, they went to the pass on second and short. It tells you that their confidence in the passing is, and yeah, looking at the replay here, good job by the camera crew and our whole team here with the webcast. It's yeah, a little bit of a late hit. It's unfortunate.
Unnecessary roughness, roughing the passer. Number 99.
Penalty
The crowd is heavily disagreeing. We're hearing waves of boos here in the press box. We don't normally hear the crowd a lot because it's the windows here have us secluded from the noise, but it's making its way through the windows.
Yeah.
Fans are showing their discontent with the call. It's a first down for Manitoba. And again, the penalties, I don't know if we have stats on penalty yards. I think we do. 7 penalties for 70 yards on Saskatchewan side. So that's a lot of freebies that they've been given Team Manitoba.
Yeah, so we've already seen backup quarterback Alexander Blasco in the game. He had a good drive when he went in for Khalil Hossein before, so we'll see here. It's not like he's unprepared to come in the game here, as Khalil has to sit at least 3 plays after that injury. We hope that he's okay and will be back in this game, though. Noah Lee still the running back in the backfield, sorry. Blasco will look to pass. He's going to find number 20 there, and he just felt that pressure coming, didn't hang on to it there.
It's difficult when you feel Riker Hansen, who's been so physical, so fast out there, running full speed towards you to tackle, and your job is to hold on to the ball. Not an easy place to be for those 2 players who have a difference in size and weight.
A little bit, that's right, yeah. You know, he did a great job finding that seam, hooking up in that open zone, but nice job by Riker Hansen using his speed, size, and aggression to get there and force an incompletion. Going to bring up 2nd and 10 now, ball on the 52-yard line.
Here's a Saskatchewan D-line has been dominant here in the pass rush. They don't need to blitz to get to the quarterback, so they should be in good position here in coverage.
Blasco will look to the right that time and come up. Nice tackle there by Team Saskatchewan. That's number 3, Miller Childress, out of the Prince Albert Carleton Crusaders, making a nice play there, forcing 3rd down.
That's a really good play from defensive back. No hesitation, puts his foot in the ground and just rally down to the tackle. I mean, that was a gain of maybe 1 yard.
Yeah.
Fantastic job by the defensive back, forcing a punt situation.
All right, so that is 3rd and long. Team Manitoba punting the ball to Team Saskatchewan, as we see once again number 22 Samuel Trent Lafreniere back there to receive. Nice kick this time from Team Manitoba, kicking to the sideline. And sorry, that is actually number 1, Noah Finkelday. And he's going to have lots of room on the outside if he can break this tackle. He's got another one going back here, losing yards. He had 1 tackle to break, which he couldn't. That was a nice job by Team Manitoba player there. We'll have to catch the number, saving a potential big return.
Yeah, you're seeing the athleticism, and I assume the coaches are giving the green light to say you're allowed to lose a few yards to try to get around. Problem is, if you don't succeed, you end up losing 10 to maybe 15 yards on that return.
Yeah, we know Noah Finkelday is a great player, one of the 2 returning players, so they trust him back there. He's one of the best athletes on this team. But that time, Team Manitoba does a nice job containing him. Looks like there was a flag as well, so Team Saskatchewan backing up another 10 or 15 yards here.
Yeah, that's almost 100 yards of penalty in the first half.
15-yard penalty.
15-yard penalty again for Team Saskatchewan.
So now we are above 100.
Yeah.
So
really shooting themselves in the foot so far.
And his punt will end up netting 64 yards if my
that will help the average
calculation is correct. So tough situation the Saskatchewan's put themselves into. Now, the way the offense is running the ball, maybe it's no issue at all.
Yeah, we'll see here if they come out pounding the rock still in the shadow of their own goal line. 1st and 10 for Team Saskatchewan. He will hand the ball off again, this time to Samuel Trent. He's going to break it here. We're going to see here he's got a lot of space. He's got 1 person to make miss, and a great, probably touchdown-saving tackle there by the corner.
We've got robbed of a 105-yard plus run for a touchdown by a great tackle by Manitoba. It's not easy as a corner being blocked, going one-on-one against a speedster who has great ball security, I must say, on this replay. Great job by the defensive back from Manitoba, number 17. Who is that, Chris?
That is Peyton Clark, out of another Dakota Collegiate out of Winnipeg.
Very deserving praise on a touchdown-saving tackle.
All right, so Team Saskatchewan will have 1st down, ball on the 40-yard line. This time they're going to look, hand it off again here to Samuel Trent. He's going to get tackled this time. Met only a few yards past the line of scrimmage. Nice job that time by number 42. We saw him pick up a fumble earlier. That's Ryan North on the D-line for Team Manitoba.
Okay, crazy thing. Saskatchewan just got 5 yards on 1st down or 4 yards. It's their worst play of the game.
One of them, absolutely.
Their worst run play of the game. So, again, the dominance that they're asserting with the O-line, and you just look at them physically. They look athletic, they look quick, and there's no doubt they look big and strong.
So we do see Samuel Trent down for Team Saskatchewan
Making a
here. So
call
Marcus
out here
Adams
to
Jr. will
Len
come
from
back into the game at running back.
RMF. If there
Hopefully
is
Samuel Trent is
50-50 tickets
okay.
to
Obviously,
be
never
sold.
want to see anyone get
There
injured.
will be one draw that's going to be drawn into
We
the
can talk
second
again
half
about
of
Marcus
this game.
Adam
Find him,
Sr.
track him down, and get your 50-50
Great,
tickets.
great
He's also
member of the
selling
football community who's played for Saskatchewan Roughriders, played in the United States as well in college. Because do you know where he played college?
I did. I used to know off the top of my head.
Apologies
I don't
for
now.
not
It's been a
remembering.
while, but
But we do love you, Marcus, because you're somebody who also gives back a lot to this community. You've coached women's football here, and now you've got your son playing on this U16 team. It's fantastic to have you here in our Regina community.
Marcus Adams played for the Eastern Kentucky Div 1 team down in the United States.
There you go. As a D tackle, is that correct?
That's correct, yep.
With the nickname Chunky.
Chunky Adams, that's right, yep. His son doing a good job playing running back for this Team Saskatchewan team here as he's in, gets the fake that time, adds in at pass pro. Ball's there, intercepted by Team Manitoba. That is number 18, Vinay Gupta out of St. Paul's High School, making a nice play on the ball.
Vinay coming in, put his foot down on the ground and not hesitating, stealing that ball away. I mean, Manitoba's got 2 turnovers in this first half. They're keeping this game close. If they can drive and score here, we'll have a tie game close to the halftime.
I love the aggression from the DB there. You know, we talk a lot to defensive backs about don't be afraid to make a play. That time he, like you said, puts his foot in the ground, goes, gets a big interception from Team Manitoba. All right, so it looks like Khalil Hussein is back in the game at quarterback. Sorry, you'd like to see that with his his Dakota Collegiate teammate Noah Lee. To his right. Once again, we see Brady Templeton coming to the right side as well. He's going to run across the formation. Khalil's going to look to roll out this time to his right. He's going to throw to that right side. Has a receiver open with a nice pitch and catch there.
Yeah, great job the quarterback. Patient, escaping the pocket and finding his wide receiver on the field side by the sideline.
That was great protection that time by the O-line, especially Danny Velaja out of Dakota Collegiate. Lots of Dakota Collegiate. Do you think having a team with so many players from the same high school, which I'm only assuming is a dominant school, whether that's high school or not, I'm not too familiar with the programs in Manitoba, if they have a junior program or not, but you got to think that they're a pretty strong team.
Well, and there's also a heck of an advantage. You're talking about guys who know each other, they've played together, they communicate well, I assume, and they're showing it today.
Oh, absolutely. Khalil Hussein's going to line up again, looking to that right side, looks for Brady Templeton. That time he's covered a bit more. Flag down this time, throws across his body. We'll see what the flag is, though. It looks like they're going to call that a complete catch, but there are 2 flags down in the backfield.
It's interesting, you know, Manitoba's been passing the ball so well in terms of percentage of completion. It's extremely high for this level of football. And on the other end, cannot run the ball at all. Are we going to see pass this entire game?
Well,
they're
they might.
averaging they have 1 rush yard
Yeah.
today.
And that was incomplete, but we'll see what the flag is after anyways. They haven't had any luck running the ball. You know, average of 0.3 so far.
And yet they're passing for 11 yards a play
Yeah.
on offense. So,
Holding.
yeah.
Manitoba, 52, 10-yard.
All right, so that is a holding call on 52, Jacob Esnitzky on the O-line out of Sturgeon Heights. But, you know, we see Team Manitoba doing this rollout a whole lot, semi-roll, especially to Khalil Hussein's right. So, naturally, you're going to have a few more holding calls. It's tough on the O-line, especially when you're asking them to pass block for a quarterback that's rolling out.
Yeah, if you're rolling out, you're not bringing in other receivers to maybe crack or chip the defensive end. You're asking your tackle to win that battle. The defensive end is lined up outside of the tackle, which means that offensive tackle has to really step wide to get to that shoulder, and holding calls do happen.
That's right. All right, so that's going to bring up 1st and 20 for Khalil Hussein. We'll see here if they stick in the air. It looks like they're going to swing out Noah Lee to the left side, and that's going to see. We'll see if they call that an incomplete pass or a fumble. They are going to blow that dead. Looks like it was on the line. That will bring up 2nd and 20. I was thinking that was live. I don't know. No one looked too confident in that.
That was close. I'll tell you what, if I'm a coach on the Manitoba sideline or Saskatchewan, I'm saying jump on the ball,
Absolutely.
please. At least trying to influence that call a bit, because that wasn't far from being
and we
a
can't
fumble.
hear the whistles up here, so not too sure how quick that whistle happened, but going to bring up 2nd and 20 now. We talked about the patented screen pass. Are we going to see another one here?
Wow, there are a lot of CFL coaches on this Manitoba team.
There is, yep.
Team Saskatchewan here with 2 safeties protecting against the deep pass.
All right, so Brady Templeton's going to come across. Clear's going to look over the middle on the post, finds his receiver on a great throw for a big 1st down, Team Manitoba.
And it's fantastic play calling. When there's 2 safeties deep, we call that Mofo, middle of field open, because the two safeties are responsible for the sideline. So you want to run a post route in between the two, and it's exactly what they did. Look at that squeeze and getting the ball at 21. Great pitch and catch. Great play call of the Manitoba team when they saw the too high safety look.
Jaden Wall out of guess what school? Dakota Collegiate. Another teammate to teammate connection there. Lots on this Team Manitoba team, and it's paying dividends so far after that big second and long play. Brings up 1st and 10. He's going to look to his left again, and he's going to throw that into traffic that time. That one was a little bit scary. Double coverage. Nice job by number 3, Miller Childress out of Prince Albert there on the coverage.
So after praising the poise of a 2nd and 20, deep defenders in the back, and still throwing a dime for a first down, then you've got a bit of a rush throw into coverage, which could have been intercepted. You got to be careful here if you're Manitoba.
Yeah, it was close here. So we'll see 2nd and 10 what Team Manitoba decides to do. They've motioned that Brady Templeton a lot from one side to the other, trying to hit him in the flats. We saw them take advantage of that on their last touchdown pass, and we do see him coming across once again here. We'll see if they look to hit him on the left side. He's going to look to his right that time, throw back to the right of the end zone. That time, nice coverage there as the receiver is asking for a pass interference there. Looked okay from back here, but it is the far side of the field.
Yeah, we may see on the replay here, I think he was upset because he's getting a stiff arm from the DB a bit early. Let's see what we see on the replay here.
Yeah, looks like contact early. Would not have been surprised to see a call there.
We've got a couple of close ones today,
Yeah.
but the officials, I'll tell you what I like, they've been consistent with it. It's been a consistent no call all day.
That's right. So the players know what to expect.
That's right, and that's that's what you want. And again, we've talked about the officiating in the first game, but we should mention it again. These officials haven't worked together much. They're from every province represented here today.
That's correct.
So you've got officials from different cities, different provinces, and some of them are working together for the first time.
So that brings up 3rd and long. Khalil Hussein going to line up for a 20-yard field goal here. That time it's short. Looks like maybe tipped at the line, and Team Saskatchewan's going to fall on that with a no yards call on the 1-yard line.
Tough one for the kicker. The holder moved the ball 2 or 3 times. He must have missed the tee when he put it down, but you can't ask your kicker to kick when the ball's moving. So that's a tough one for the kicker.
Once again, just a reminder to go to reginarams.com/stats for all the stats from today's game. Very fortunate to be here for the second game of the 2023 U16 Western Regional Challenge. Day 1, day 2, we will be back here Saturday at beautiful Leibel Field. Should be great weather all week by the looks of it.
Now, for those of you wondering, you've got a tipped ball here, and you're saying, well, that was a block. How is it no yards?
No yards.
If the ball crosses the line of scrimmage, tipped or not, the no-yard rule will apply. So here Saskatchewan gets a free 15 yards, if you will, for jumping on that ball on the 1-yard line. Smart play by the Saskatchewan defender, recognizing the situation.
Going to bring up 1st and 10 for Team Saskatchewan with Marcus Adams Jr. in the backfield.
Is everybody thinking run here, Chris?
Well, they've been running the ball good after that interception. We'll see here they are going to stick with it on the ground. That time I missed that handoff. Was that a jet sweep? Yep, nice job. Jet sweeping across the formation, but Team Manitoba does a nice job stringing that along for a short gain.
Yeah, it's pretty good defense. You're not looking at, you're worried about being gashed up the middle, which has happened all day so far. So you got to be concerned about that. You might think about bringing pressure or lining up a little bit more aggressively on the inside and middle of the field. So Team Sask comes out with the jet sweep, but Manitoba's there for it.
No change.
All right, so number 5, Samuel Bazarkarwich. Again, apologies if the name is mispronounced. Going to line up under center at the time. He's going to hand it off, though, inside. We'll see here. Looks like the ball's down on the turf, and Team Manitoba is celebrating like they've got the ball again on a turnover. We'll wait for the official call here.
Now, this would be a 3rd turnover in the first half.
Yeah, they're going to call him down.
So Team Saskatchewan has shown, in my opinion, a bit more strength, power, and will, but what they've also shown is a number of miscues.
Yeah, penalties, fumbles, few miscues so far that have played a big factor in this game, and only has them up 7 here with 1:33 left in the half. So we see the Team Manitoba punt returner giving a lot of respect to the Team Saskatchewan punter. Looks like he could probably afford to come up a few yards for sure here. We'll see.
He's standing about 45 yards back, which is probably too much, but hey, maybe there's something they noticed in the warm-ups that we didn't.
So we see here Team Saskatchewan line up to snap. Snap over the head there, but a nice job by the punter. And as the returner comes up there, ball bounces on the 53-yard line, catches it off the one bounce, and we have multiple flags down here. We'll see maybe look like a block in the back there.
Yeah, I think that was an obvious block in the back there, so Manitoba will be penalized. They'll end up probably starting 45 yards back.
It's like he knew. There you go. So we'll wait for the officials to call it here.
Now the temperatures here have cooled down a bit. In this first game at 4 o'clock, we had a ton of sun, nice and up high, probably about 27, 28 degrees. On the turf, feels even hotter. Now, right now, we're seeing shade on the field, and I think that's welcome by the players. Because you and I, we've coached a lot of games here at Leibel Field. We did a game together about a month ago.
That was hot.
It was no joke. We
Yeah.
had to take, officials had to do timeouts at every quarter to make sure water was coming in and the players would get a rest under some tents and some shades. I'm sure the fans and players alike and officials who may be doing double duties today are finally getting a bit of a break.
Yeah, we see a few of the same officials here doing a great job so far. We also see Len Antonini, president of Regina Minor Football, handing out 50-50 tickets in the crowd. Great crowd here at Leibel Field.
As always.
So Cleveland saying we'll look to his left on that quick swing pass. Breaks one tackle. He's got lots of room on the sideline. Noah Lee going to hit that sideline, run into Noah Finkelday, the safety, but not after a gain of about 25 yards.
We'll see what we see on the replay here, but number 24 from Saskatchewan ended up flat on his belly. That's usually a sign of a block in the back, and I thought there was going to be a call, but I don't see a flag on the field.
Oh, nice job there by Noah Lee, teammate of Khalil Hussein at Dakota Collegiate. They've had a great connection so far on those little swing passes when they connect with it.
Yeah, they continue to rack up the yards in the air. They must be approaching 175 yards or so at this point.
Khalil Hussein lines up, 40 seconds on the clock and running. Both teams have 2 timeouts left in this first half, and it looks like possibly going to be a official timeout or potentially a blood timeout, as they call it. So if a player has something that he needs to go off for, he has to go and clean it up. So that looks like what the issue is on that sideline, or maybe an equipment issue. So
now, I was guessing a little bit with the stats. I just took a peek. That's 168 yards in the air, I believe, here in the pass yards. Pretty impressive number in the first half.
absolutely, averaging 13.9 yards in the air so far. So they've done a great job with it. And Khalil Hussein now 10 for 14 with 2 touchdowns and a long of 34. Doing a great job giving his receivers a chance.
These are impressive numbers at any level, nonetheless at the U16 level.
Oh,
I mean, I'm really impressed at what he's been able to do. And let's keep in mind, we've praised Team Saskatchewan's defensive line, putting pressure on him all day, which means Saskatchewan hasn't had to blitz. There's more defenders out there covering the pass, and he's still getting it out there.
Yeah, Cleve's done a great job so far. Got banged up on one play, but not after delivering a great ball, and had that big 2nd and 20 before throwing a touchdown pass as well. He's doing a great job here as he will look to throw again, this time looking to his left. Having no one on the left side, he's going to keep it, and pressured from behind by big number 99, Owen Topping. Looks like Owen was a little banged up. He's going to be okay, though. And Khalil did a good job getting down there because he was getting pressured there.
Yeah, he sure was. He's showing his elusiveness. He's been a real bright spot for this Team Manitoba offense, who already has 14 points against what we thought maybe the strongest defense in the tournament. But I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. Obviously, these teams will only have the opportunity to play each other, not even play each other once. They have 2 games this tournament. So it's a quick tournament. They play today and they play Saturday. So the winners from these 2 games will play in the gold medal game, and the losers will play in the bronze medal game, of
And
course.
it's a lot of pressure. If you don't perform your first game, I mean, you can't win anymore. You're now going to the bronze medal game, and essentially you're likely to be ultimate goal of winning this tournament, is shot out the window. So lots of pressure on these athletes, on these coaches to perform right away. And we're seeing a bit of jitters, but we're also seeing some pretty darn good football.
Absolutely. As Team Manitoba takes their first timeout here in the second half. In Canadian amateur football, you have 2 timeouts in a half, so they have 1 more here. Time will stop until the ball is snapped. They have 26 seconds left in this second quarter. Going to be second and about 6 yards here for Team Manitoba. They've gone to the flats the last couple times here, although when he's hung in there and thrown deep, he's had good success too, as we see Brady Templeton coming across the formation once again. He's going to go across the field, though. He's going to look to his right. Khalil Hussein completes that, and the receiver's going to get down. I think he's going to have enough of that first down, giving Team Manitoba the ball with about 20 seconds left in the
Sure looks like it. Team Saskatchewan come in on this one with a bit of a different front. They put a lot of pressure on the center. with 2 D linemen playing the A gaps. They didn't bring any blitz. We haven't seen Team Sask blitz yet, I don't think.
No.
But they're still getting some pressure into this quarterback.
So Team Manitoba going to go hurry up here, although running about 5 or 6 seconds off the clock here. Cleo's going to look deep over the middle, has his receiver open, makes the catch, breaks 1 tackle, and gets in there for a Team Manitoba touchdown.
We are being previewed to a previewed. We've been blessed
There
with
you go.
a absolutely fantastic first half of football. 21-20. Let's take another look here at the replay.
Yeah, we'll see what number that was on the touchdown catch. Does a great job avoiding the safety and then fighting his way into the end zone.
Yeah, it's number 20 for Manitoba. Team Manitoba has done a great job finding open receiver against the Saskatchewan zone. Saskatchewan not blitzing. You would think there's enough bodies here on defense and zone coverage to be able to create some sort of blanket, but Manitoba's just honestly been doing a great job finding their receivers.
Yeah, that's Hudson Kotovic there on the touchdown catch. He now has 2 catches for 37 yards and a touchdown with that 29-yard reception as Khalil Hossein kicks that extra point through, making it a 21-21 game with 8 seconds left.
Wow.
These games are easy to commentate when they're this great.
They're absolutely fantastic. I thought the Saskatchewan strength, and again, we're basing these things on last year, and the reality is Saskatchewan has 2 returning players. Manitoba has 7 returning players. It's not like this is last year's team.
No.
So these rankings, they're a bit out the window, and clearly we're seeing that. 21-21 with 8 seconds to go.
We've talked a lot about stats. Khalil Hossein now is 12 for 16 for 186 yards in the air, 3 touchdowns, and a long of 34. He's playing great.
Nice seeing total team stats here. 209 yards of offense for Manitoba, 210 yards of offense for Saskatchewan.
And a tie game, you can't ask for a closer game than that.
Now, we also have 2 onside kicks for Manitoba, so what are we going to get here with 8 seconds left?
I
a
would
dribbler, a deep kick? What are you calling here, Coach?
I would expect them to do the same kick they've done so far. They don't want to kick it down to those 2 speedsters that they have. There's only 8 seconds left. Just pooch it up like they did the first couple, and hopefully once the time stopped, they probably should still have about 8 seconds left, 7 seconds after Team Saskatchewan gets the ball. But we'll see here if Team Manitoba does decide to kick it deep. As Khalil Hossein gets ready to kick that, and he will just kind of push that to his left, and Team Saskatchewan will fall on it. So Team Saskatchewan has 6 seconds. The time ran there.
The time should not run on that.
It should not.
8 seconds left on the clock because the ball was recovered on a knee. The clock does not start till the player receives the ball, and the moment that player receives the ball, it's blown dead.
That's
So
right.
I'm not sure why the clock ran, but maybe it's all for nothing if Saskatchewan takes a knee anyways.
Yeah, we saw this situation in the game before where there was only about under 10 seconds left. Actually, I think there was a little bit more in the first half, the first game, sorry. And Team Alberta just ended up taking a couple of knees here. So we'll see. It looks like Team Saskatchewan is going to run a play here. So we'll see here with lining up with Marcus Adams in the backfield. If they just try and throw it in the air here, they're going to bring those 2 guards around, guard tackle pull with Marcus Adams running the ball there. They're going to have 1 second left for one last play here if they choose to take it.
I mean, the way they've been running the ball, they've been pretty explosive. There's probably very low risk in running the ball here. So you can go ahead and take your chance, and maybe they even get lucky. Maybe Manitoba plays very passively, which allows them to get through the first line of defense. We'll see what Saskatchewan decides to do here.
Yeah, you would think after choosing to run the ball there, they're going to take some sort of shot here. They have lots of speed on offense. We've talked about number 8 there, Ben Blackburn out of Saskatoon, out of the St. Joseph Guardians with great speed.
Long conversation between the running back and quarterback here.
Sorry, Saskatoon minor football for Ben Blackburn.
And this will be the last play bearing a penalty.
A little bit of an interesting formation. They run that fake pitch there as Sam will turn and look to throw deep to his left, and that is going to be a pass interference against Team Manitoba. Not the only thing, well, not the only thing, but one of the only things you can do there if you're Team Manitoba.
Oh, yeah, that's tough on Team Manitoba. I'm not going to say it was pre-planned by Saskatchewan, but you roll out like that and you underthrow to a receiver trying to get back to the ball, you've got pretty good odds of a pass interfering call, and it's something you and I talk about all the time. These underthrown balls, they often result into a receiver trying to get through a defensive back to the ball, and the officials have no choice but to throw the flag because the receiver's impeded on that play. So Saskatchewan gets another chance, 15 yards closer this time. It's not a spot foul.
Not a spot foul in amateur football. That's right.
So in amateur or in Canadian, Chris?
In amateur.
In amateur
yeah,
football.
in CFL, it is a spot foul. That's right. So bring up first down for Team Saskatchewan. Still zeros on the clock, though.
Pressure package here, covers 0 from Manitoba. Everybody at the line of scrimmage.
They will run that similar play there, play action with the roll. They've got lots of protection here. He's got lots of time to chuck it deep. And that one is going to fall incomplete with a knockdown there, I believe by number 28. Number 23. No, that's not number 23. You have to get the number on that one. 29, thank you. Evan Geddes with a nice knockdown there. Brings up a tie game here at halftime.
Wow, what a first
Again,
half.
this will be one of your
Absolutely.
last chances to
Thank
get
you
those
everyone for tuning in for the
50-50.
first half. We will be back after the halftime break. Welcome back, everyone, to the second half of this Team Saskatchewan versus Team Manitoba game at the 2023 U16 Western Regional Challenge. We have a great game so far, tied up 21-21. My name's Chris Hasbeck. I'm here with Olivier Eddy. Olivier, that was a great game so far. Two great games, but tied at half. We're looking forward to the second half here.
It's wonderful. I mean, you don't know what to expect in the first game of the tournament. You've got number 1 against a number 4, and wow. I mean, aren't we lucky to get games like this?
Oh, absolutely. We were talking in the first half about how easy it is to commentate games like this. Lots of great plays, lots of great individual plays, so it's been awesome. Talking a little bit about the stats. So far, Khalil Hussein for Team Manitoba, 12 for 16 for 186 yards and 3 touchdowns. And backup quarterback Alexander Belasco coming in for 2 for 4 for 17 yards. And Team Saskatchewan, Corbin Thompson, 3 for 5 for 43 yards and a touchdown. And Sam B, I'm not going to screw it up this time, Sam B for Saskatchewan, 1 for 2 for 7 yards. In the air. On the ground, not a whole lot of runs for Team Manitoba. We've seen Khalil Hussein run a few times, 3 attempts for 7 yards, and they've only tried running the ball twice with the running back, Noah Lee, but he only has 2 carries for -1. Whereas Team Saskatchewan, a little bit of a different story. We see leading rusher Samuel Trent Lafreniere, 3 carries, 79 yards, average of 26.3 and a touchdown. He had that one long touchdown. We see Marcus Adams Jr., 5 carries for 57 yards, 11.4 average and a touchdown as well. They've done a great job running the ball.
Oh, they sure have. I mean, when you're averaging more than 10 yards a carry, it's 167 yards on the ground to 6 for Team Manitoba. Flip it around in the pass game, 203 yards for Manitoba against 50 for Saskatchewan. They're just two completely different offense. They have different strength.
Yeah, for sure. Looking at the net yards in that first half, I think they were separated by only about 5 or 6 yards. So doing it in different ways, but both having success, obviously, with the tie game here.
Yeah, and I think Team Saskatchewan, at the end of the day, they've turned the ball over. That's maybe the biggest difference. If it wasn't for that, they might have a lead here. And we had a chance to brush up against one of the coaches for Team Saskatchewan at halftime. So we talked to Matt Pfeiffer very quickly. Matt being an experienced coach in this program. He's coaching receivers here. And he just kind of mentioned, we're shooting ourselves in the foot. He says, we just got to stop turning the ball over and we'll be just fine. So I like that they still have their confidence. Now, Manitoba, they got to be feeling good. It's 21-21 at the half. They just went toe-to-toe so far against the number 1 ranked team. They have to feel pretty happy about that.
Absolutely. We talked to their general manager before the game, Jody Planty, about confidence that they were feeling going into this game, and they showed it, obviously, being tied up here at half. They came in thinking that they were going to win, feeling that way, and that's the attitude that you have to have going into a game like this.
Yeah, and I really like it because he looked at us in the eyes and kind of said, like, hey, we're here to win too. And I absolutely love that. And it's well-deserved. They've showed really, really good in this first half, and I assume are putting Team Saskatchewan a bit in an element of surprise where they might have thought that they would have an easier matchup today, but that's not the case at all.
No. Obviously, tie game here, 21-21. For those, again, looking to follow along on the stats, you can go to reginarams.com/stats. Very fortunate to have the crew here from Football Canada and everyone else here at Regina Minor Football Saskatchewan making this event possible.
Yeah, and we're pulling up all the stops here with the technical team doing what they can to get you some as best as possible resolution and no buffering on the stream. We're doing our best. The challenge we have here today is that we have a pretty much sold-out crowd, and everybody's on their phones as it is. Yeah. So we're challenging, running to some challenges to get good Wi-Fi connection. But we hope that you're enjoying the game at home, and we'll be working on this as well as we move to the next round of games over the weekend and try to give you a good show from your home.
We mentioned earlier in the first and second game that we were able to read your comments. We're not able to see your comments here in the second half. So apologies again, as always, for any mispronunciations. We do our best here. We didn't have the opportunity to ask for those from the players before the game. So we'll do our best. But after a great first half here, we're looking forward to this second half of the last game of day 1 at the Football Canada 2023 U16 Western Regional Challenge, as Team Saskatchewan here kicks it off to Team Manitoba. They're going to go an onside kick there. A great kick there. We'll see, though, Team Manitoba falls on it. Should have been Team Saskatchewan ball. I can hear their coaches yelling up here, and not going to lie, I'd probably be doing the same thing.
I didn't want to say anything in the alignment of Team Manitoba. For some reason, they have a completely vacated area where this ball was kicked. I thought this was a perfect onside kick.
The kick was great.
Unlucky.
Yeah.
And the players that did their job, the first row players, they went through and trying to clear a path, a little bit like a snowplow, if you will, and the guys behind are trying to catch it. It's just, it was almost perfect execution, but I guess it doesn't count, does it?
Nope, it does not. So Team Manitoba is going to start with the ball. Khalil Hussein lining up at quarterback again. Ball on the 51-yard line with the shadow starting to set in here at Leibel Field. Once again, we see that motion in the backfield. Khalil is going to look to throw, and receiver's not looking for the ball there. That's number 20. It looks like Hudson Katovich, one of the leading receivers in that first half, has two catches of 37 yards, but was not prepared that time.
So interesting to see, like, the route ran by the running back here, receiver running back type, I should say, who ran a bit of a wheel route. The quarterback thought a flat was coming, so I wonder if that's a play call issue, or maybe, just maybe, it was an option. And the quarterback thought, you know what, I got to get rid of the ball and hit him quickly, but clearly not on the same page.
Yeah, it looked like he had him if he had catching. There was some traffic there after he turned up, but that's going to bring up 2nd and 10 now for Khalil. Once again, we see that motion from 23. He's had a great game. Brady Templeton going across here. Khalil will look across now. Has Brady Templeton across the field, but that is a sack for Team Saskatchewan. Couple bodies in there. Number 48 leading the way, Colton Shaw from the Martin Marnocks.
A little bit of a taunting dance there with Team Saskatchewan D lineman. I almost expected a penalty as he taunted over a Manitoba player, maybe not on purpose. I thought it was a bit risky there from the Team Saskatchewan D line. Number 48, who is now talking to an official. I think he's getting warned for his gesture.
Yeah, the official just pointed at him, so I think you're probably right.
We expect a little bit more discipline out of Team Saskatchewan. I got to say, I was hoping to see more on that front from them. They're a top-notch program, and I think you're going to see the coaches being tough on those kids after the game today when they watch film. But great showing as we take a little bit of a break in action here with an injured player on the field.
Try and get that number here for you on the Team Manitoba injury. Just trainers out here looking at him right now. Hopefully he is okay. Big sack there for Team Saskatchewan. Obviously, couple pressure there. We've seen them get pressure with a 4-man front, and again, happened there.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because I've been tough on Team Sask. You and I were both here based in Regina. We coach for Saskatchewan, for Regina-based teams. So, I'm maybe a bit too much counter bias here tonight. Try not to show my love for Team Saskatchewan. But there's one thing that has to be said. They keep getting pressure on the quarterback without even blitzing. So, strong team.
Absolutely. That looks like number 52, Jacob Iznicki, down, but he is walking off under his own power. Looks like he should be okay and back in the game as Team Manitoba here sets up to punt on 3rd and quite long after that sack.
Saskatchewan returner standing only 23 yards away here.
Nice job by the punter catching that snap there. Returner in the right spot. Noah Finkelday going to catch that in the air. Look to try and make something happen. And a great tackle there by Team Manitoba. Great pressure. There is another flag down, though. 2 flags down this time.
Yeah, that's Riker Hansen picking up his 3rd penalty today that I've seen. He's got a big block in the back there that I'm almost certain will be called by the officials. So Riker showing aggressiveness. He's a strong tackler. He's playing hard, but he's got to learn to control himself on the football field.
Yeah, that's going to bounce Team Saskatchewan back another 10 yards here and put them in the hole. We've talked about the penalty yards in that first half. That's going to add another 10 to Team Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan is somewhere around 100 to 115 yards in penalty so far, and they've got to clean that up.
So Team Sask will start with their first drive in the second half here. Ball on the 34-yard line. Players are appreciating the shade now after a hot day here in Regina. It is number 15, Corbin Thompson, in at QB with Marcus Adams Jr. lined up behind him with the running back. Have that motion come across, going to hand that off. Big hole inside there, makes one person miss, keeps his feet moving. Nice run there with a big hole by the O-line.
Oh, that's great play design. It's also great push by the offensive line, and that's another good run, which is below average for Saskatchewan to only get 9 yards out of their run game.
Yeah, before that run, they're averaging 13.9 yards a carry. It's, probably pretty happy if a 9-yard run brings the average down.
I would say so. Now it's 2nd and 1, and they can call whatever they want from their playbook.
Last time in the situation, they looked to run with number 8, Ben Blackburn, out of Saskatoon Minor Football. Great speed at that slot back position. They used him on that last play coming across the formation. We'll see here. He's going to come across again, that time just blocking inside their time. Marcus Adams breaks one tackle, breaks another here, keeps his feet going, spins, gets that first down. That's a hard-earned first down there by Marcus Adams.
Yeah, that's a 7 or 8 yard gain there, and it's all from the effort and athleticism showed by Marcus Adams Jr. Another great run and I think an athlete with a bright future.
Absolutely. Age myself, I remember coaching with his dad here in Regina and seeing Marcus at a young age and to see him grow up and become a great football player like his dad, it's great to see.
You love to see it.
You do love to see it. That's right. That brings up 1st and 10 here for Team Saskatchewan. Ball on the 45-yard line. Corbin Thompson in at quarterback with Marcus Adams behind him still. Ben Blackburn's going to come across the formation, get that jet sweep that we've talked about. He's got lots of room out there with a lead blocker. He has great speed, runs into a couple of defenders there, and gets another big first down.
Tough position to be in as a wide receiver, try to block on a jet sweep because it's so slow developing. It looks fast in the backfield, but by the time the ball carrier gets all the way wide, you have to kill a bit of time. And Saskatchewan receiver number 20, Jack Lawrence, trying to get in there. And I wish he got there a little bit earlier with all the speed that's coming from Blackburn, but a great play nonetheless, getting a big gain.
Yeah, we've seen Jack line up in that kind of that Roger Louis look here as Corbin will turn and hand that ball off again to Marcus Adams Jr. as he breaks another tackle and cuts inside, going to hit that sideline after a good run. He's going to try and hit that sideline, see if he can get it. Team Manitoba going to try and track him down. He's going to use that speed and get all the way in. We'll see if they mark him out or not. Fighting the sun here. It looks like they're going to mark him at about the 4-yard line.
That's a 46-yard run by Marcus Adams Jr. Touchdown or not, it's a great run and a chance for Team Saskatchewan to take the lead here early in the third.
That was a great run. Two-headed monster in the backfield there for Team Saskatchewan. They've done a great job running the ball. That will bring the average back up.
It sure will. Oh, it looks like a touchdown was called here, Chris. We couldn't tell here with the glare of the sun, but they're lining up for next
It
points.
looked like they were pointing out the four. So my apologies there. That is a touchdown run by Marcus Adams. A great job there as we see Team Manitoba coach, Team Saskatchewan coach here coming on the field a bit there. And the ball is good, and that will make it a 28-21 game for Team Saskatchewan.
Also makes it a 51-yard touchdown run.
That's right.
Again, Team Saskatchewan really imposing with their yardage. They must be over 300 yards now, and the vast majority of this, maybe 250 plus, being on the ground. It's an impressive display. 248 yards on the ground now in 16 carries. That's 15 and a half yards per carry.
Yeah, seen on the replay here. Beautiful shot there of an airplane coming into YQR Airport in Regina.
We are fairly fortunate here, very fortunate here. We've got 3 different camera angles to do our games, and I hope that you're appreciating that at home.
On the replay, it was obvious that Marcus Adams was in, so a great run there and a great job blocking. We've talked about receivers blocking there. Number 8, Ben Blackburn, not only doing a good job running the ball on those jet sweeps, but leading the way for Marcus Adams there.
Now, with both teams scoring a lot of points, we've seen a lot of onside kicks already, more than I recall seeing in a football game at this point. Are they going to kick this deep, Coach?
Yeah, I think with the leg strength that their kicker has, I expect them this time to just kick it deep. Looks like Manitoba has sort of adjusted on this side. We'll see here if the kicker looks to kick it to the left side. But I expect them just to kick it deep. And it looks like there is a delay here, so we'll see what the officials are delaying for. Looks like Team Manitoba is short. So officials very lenient, especially in situations like this. First game of a tournament for these teams, giving them a break. And there's that gap I was talking about on the left side that is all of a sudden filled now. So Trevor Wiggins will line up to kick this ball deep. Will land on the 25 there for Team Manitoba. Catch that in the air, number 21. He's going to try and hit that sideline, but a great job by number 21 on Team Saskatchewan. That's McLean Hain making the tackle. And there's another late flag here. We'll see. There's a player down on Team Saskatchewan. I did not see what happened at the end of that play.
It looks like a late flag. I can hear the coaches in the booth upset. I mean, yelling immediately. So I don't know if there was a late hit here, something cheap. We didn't get a chance to really see it. I just hope the player's okay.
We'll see here if you can see it on the replay. That's number 21 for Team Manitoba, Jaden Wall on the return.
Tackle by number 22. This is great running
22,
back.
sorry,
Samuel
22.
Trent Lafreniere with the tackle.
So you can't see the flag on that play, so I'm not too sure here. Officials, as we see number 6 for Team Saskatchewan, Samuel Dean walking off on his own. We hope that he'll be okay.
Everything indicates a sort of late hit from Team Manitoba we're about to learn here.
Yeah, so a low block for Team Manitoba there.
Although I believe it's on Team Saskatchewan.
Oh, did they call it on Team Saskatchewan? Sorry.
It's another 15 yards against Team
is.
Saskatchewan. So Team Saskatchewan is,
Interesting call on a kickoff team there, hey?
a low block on the kicking team. So I don't think I understand that call, but I got to say I'm not super versed with every potential detail, but I'm assuming a player might have dove in somebody's legs.
Yeah,
It's
must
the
have
only thing I
taken
can
off a
think of.
blocker, taken on a blocker low. So, well, that will be Team Manitoba up 15 yards as Claire Hossein lines up again in the gun here with Noah Lieb to his left. He's going to swing out again. We've seen this play lots of times. That time Team Saskatchewan is in the right spot. 24 there out of Sheldon Collegiate there on the corner, that time pushing it inside. Nice job by catch the number there for Team Saskatchewan. I believe that's 48 there.
Our friend Colton Shaw.
Yep. Making a nice tackle on the pursuit.
Now, we've talked about Colton Shaw and his sister, correct, already today?
I believe it was mentioned, yes. So we're very fortunate to coach Colton's sister on the Regina Riot, the women's senior team here in Regina. She's our starting left tackle, rookie of the year last year. And football runs in the family. You know,
It sure does.
And she was the last one to play, but she's a heck of a player, too.
And seeing Colton Shaw line up at the defensive end position, I sure hope that at home they have a chance to work on their one-on-ones.
I hope so. As Claire Hossein lines up here, 2nd and 8. He's going to look to throw with that semi-roll to the right. He's going to find his receiver, but he's going to end up dropping that. That's number 21, Jaden Wall, dropping that pass there. Khalil Hussein is putting it on the money, though.
Yeah, Jaden Wall, unfortunately, he's had a good game so far, but he's had a couple of drops that are hurting Team Manitoba's chances. He's doing a great job getting open. Just got to secure the catch here. Manitoba will be forced to punt.
So going to be 3rd and 8 on their own 42-yard line. Punt the ball back to Team Saskatchewan as they will send out number 1, Noah Finkeldy. Again, one of the 2 returning players for Team Saskatchewan to return this punt.
Saskatchewan returner standing fairly close here to the line of scrimmage, about 23 yards now, expecting the punt.
Good snap that time. Gets the punt away. Going to take it on the bounce here. Noah Finkelday will one bounce. And a nice block there at the point of the attack, but an even better coverage there by number 17 on Team Manitoba. That's Peyton Clark with a nice tackle.
Yeah, great job, Manitoba. I mean, Team Saskatchewan is one of their best athlete back there, return the ball. That's Noah. And Team Manitoba, at the end of the day, has contained him very well on the punt unit. It's not easy being a punt returner, but Manitoba makes coverage look pretty easy. I think in terms of punt return yards today, Team Saskatchewan seems to have 4 returns for 4 yards. It's not a lot when you have to give a 5-yard halo.
No, for sure. And actually 4 yards now for minus 4 yards in total. So Team Manitoba doing a great job on their punt team. We saw in the first game 2 good punt teams as well.
Another penalty on Team Saskatchewan for 10 yards. We're now at 12 penalties for 135 yards, if I'm correct.
You know, for a team that has been very disciplined in the past, it's quite surprising to see the amount of penalties that they've had in this game so far. It will be Corbin Thompson from the Miller Marauders in Regina in a quarterback. Takes a snap. He's going to hand that off inside there to number 22. Another flag down this time. It looks like it's going to be a holding and another 10 yards against Team Saskatchewan.
So do I say 30 for 135, 145?
Yeah.
It's a lot. Not 30, pardon me. 13 penalties.
That's right, 13. Although with the way the rate it's going, we might get there.
And sorry, officially, I think we're now at 12 for 130. It was 1 penalty ahead as the stats are updating here. But it's I know we're repeating ourselves a lot up here, but I mean, the penalties are repeating themselves.
Yeah. Team Manitoba, 6 penalties for 60 yards compared to 12 now for 130 for Team Saskatchewan. And it's made a big difference in this game. All right, so that brings up 1st and 20 after the hold with Samuel Trent, left end, in the backfield. He's going to roll outside. Number 8's going to come inside. Looks like it's going to be a screen pass to him. And a great job by the defender. He almost picked that screen pass off. We'll get a number on that. That was a great job by Team Manitoba.
Yeah, and I want to give some credit to Corbin Thompson, the quarterback, as well. So once the ball was batted towards him, he could have caught that ball, but smartly enough, I think he knocked it down, which creates an incomplete pass and a much better result than if he caught that.
I think that's number 42, their playmaker on defense for Team Manitoba, Ryan North. We've seen him pumped up with great enthusiasm, and he deserves it with the way he's playing.
Yeah, I mean, from the coin toss, he got very excited and got the crowd going to getting a fumble recovery in the first defensive play of the game, and a great knockdown there.
All right, so 2nd and 20. We'll see if Team Sass looks to just try and get some chunk back and kick it. They are going to go with the out and up. He has Samuel Trent wide open on the sideline, and he catches that and is pushed out of bounds and lays the hammer down on the DB at the end of that run with a big play for a 1st down.
Yeah, it looks like a 43-yard pickup on 2nd and 20. I was
Running back wheel there.
Yeah, and I was going to say, like, their fair play clearly is the screen pass on 1st and 20, 2nd and 20, and they went a bit deeper in the playbook and found their running back for a massive gain.
Nice ball by Corbin Thompson there to bring a big first down for Team Saskatchewan. Ball on the 48 here with Sam in the backfield still as a running back. They're going to turn, and they're going to hand it off to him, this time off the right side. Great job lead blocking there, and he's got lots of speed. He hits it, and another touchdown-saving tackle there by Team Manitoba on the DB there. We'll have to get the number because Sam was running. That's also number 22 on Team Manitoba, Alex Klenk out of Dakota Collegiate, saving a touchdown.
I mean, Sam's impressing me with his speed. He's got good vision. The O-line, I mean, that was a double pole, guard tackle pole here on the counter. And I got to say, like, great play design as a whole, but Sam's doing a great job by just putting his foot down and running as fast as humanly possible up that hole. He looks quick out there.
And if you give him a lane, he's going to hit that. He's lined up in the backfield still here. Corbin Thompson taking the snap. He's going to look. He's going to hand it off to Ben Blackburn from Saskatoon there. And a great job that time by Manitoba, limiting that to maybe a yard, if that. And that's is that 42 or 45 that time, I believe. Luke, that is 42 again. Ryan North having a great game for the Team Manitoba defense.
Yeah, it sure is. We were seeing him limp off a bit and have a bit of a cramp, but like late in the second quarter, we didn't see him a ton in the second quarter, but he's shown up again, and clearly he's heart and soul of this defense, it seems like.
So that's going to bring up second down for Team Saskatchewan. Corbin Thompson lining up under center, 2nd and 9. And he's going to turn and hand that off to Sam. Fumble in the backfield this time, and they're going to bring him down for a loss of 2 or 3.
Yeah, so now you're looking at a maybe 29-yard field goal. So it's a bit of a decision for Team Sask. Do you want to punt for field position? Do you want to kick a long field goal? Do you want to go for it? Let's see what head coach David Rogers chooses to do here.
Looks like they're going to keep that offense on and go for it here on third and 11 for Team Saskatchewan. Ball on their own, ball on the Manitoba 22-yard line here as we fight the rest of this sun here in Regina. Corbin Thompson will line up under the center. Going to turn play action. He's going to do that roll off to the right here. He has a receiver wide open this time. He's going to hit him for a touchdown, Team Saskatchewan.
Nah, that looked a bit too easy. You got to figure out they're going to go back to that play they love that we saw at the end of the second quarter, and clearly was the exact same play that we saw earlier before. So big touchdown pass, 22 yards here on the touchdown pass, and an easy touchdown for Saskatchewan.
Yeah, nice pitch and catch there to Gabe Yasinski from the Moose Jaw Vanier Vikings. First time we've called them Moose Jaw players. There's a handful of them on here for Team Saskatchewan. They've had a lot of success with the rollouts because of the running game so far today.
I thought you were going to say because of the Moose Jaw players.
Well, they must be doing a great job blocking out there at wideout. And, we'll see here. It looks like they do have quite a few Moose Jaw players on the D-line and receivers. So, and that is Traven Wiggins from Holy Cross Collegiate in Saskatoon kicking that through, making this a 35-21 game for Team Saskatchewan with 4 minutes left in the third quarter.
Now we had a 21-21 first half. We now have a 14-0 third quarter so far. Can Manitoba get back in this game?
I think with considering the way their offense runs with shouldn't run, with the way that their offense moves the ball in the air, I don't think time is a huge factor yet. They do have to get a good drive here and ideally put some points on the board, but they shouldn't panic yet. 2 touchdowns, they've had good success. Now, they can't stop the run so far on defense, so that's a little worrying, but we'll see what Team Manitoba can do here on this drive. Yeah,
and that is my worry. It's not necessarily Manitoba not being able to score touchdowns. They've played well, and it's can they stop the Saskatchewan offense, who's ran for 274 yards. It's almost 15 yards a carry late in the game, so that's going to be difficult.
Traven Wiggins will kick that deep here. Fielded by number 21, Jaden Wall for Team Manitoba. And not much there. He's just going to get out of bounds and protect himself.
Jaden's having a hard time following his blockers here. A lot of returns that are going east-west. He's got to maybe think about putting his foot down and just trying to get 10 or 15 yards on kickoff return, giving his offense a better chance.
Good job by Colton Shaw there on Team Saskatchewan, chasing the ball carrier out of bounds. So Team Manitoba will start 1st and 10 on their own 25-yard line. Thank you again, everyone, tuning in to Game 2 on Day 1 of the Football Canada 2023 U16 Western Regional Challenge. Games going on all across the country as well today with the Eastern Challenge. We saw Team Quebec with a big win earlier, and it's just great to see the quality of football being played across this country.
Oh, absolutely. It continues to grow year after year, and we're just fortunate to be here to witness it.
All right, so Khalil Hussein lined up in the gun again at quarterback, motion across. He is going to look to pass, going to roll out to his right. We'll see here. He has time to throw. Nice job by the D lineman, and they're going to call that an incomplete pass there. Good job by the Team Saskatchewan D lineman being disciplined and running down the tracks. And Khalil gave his receiver a chance there. That was a tough catch.
Yeah, it sure was. The official was right there in position to make the call on it. Let's see on the replay how close this was.
Yeah, tough to tell on that replay. You know, the receivers have been making some incredible catches so far. We'll see here. We saw them take advantage of that two-safety look for Team Saskatchewan before, so we'll see if they come back to that.
And it sure is a two-safety look, so expect maybe a deep post from Team Manitoba, try to exploit the middle.
Kiddo lines up in the gun. Number 23, Brady Templeton, motioning across once again. As 45, Riker Hansen motions out to meet him. And they will go over the middle this time. Nobody there this time. Miscommunication there for sure by the QB receiver. Almost picked off by number 1, Noah Finkelday. And that's going to bring up 3rd and long.
Tough play for Manitoba there. Clearly not on the same page. And it's costly on 2nd and 10. You're now forced to punt the ball to a team who's has the momentum now, scored 14 points already in this quarter, and you're giving them the ball back with 3 minutes left in this 3rd quarter. It's a dangerous game here. Saskatchewan could be running away with it.
Could we see Team Saskatchewan maybe send some pressure here with their returner already standing on the 40-yard line? Could see them maybe go for this block here.
Yeah, and Saskatchewan's so far on the punt return unit, you'll notice they're just hanging out at the line of scrimmage. They're just trying to hold those Manitoba players in. They haven't tried to rush and block a punt just yet.
Now we'll see what special teams coordinator Davin Williamson does here. Looks like they almost get there. Number 99 pressuring there, I think, just by himself. Noah Finkelday does a good job catching that on the one snap or on the one bounce. Gets to the sideline with great speed and gets about 7 or 8 yards on that return there.
Almost as good as a block. They end up only getting 5 net yards out of that punt, and for once, there are no flags.
There are no flags. Nice pressure there by Owen Topping. We talk about special teams coordinator Davin Williamson. Very fortunate to coach his girlfriend on the Regina Riot. You know, we coach a lot of players in this community, and we're fortunate to know a lot of people. It's great to see the connections that you can make in this sport. You know, we're fortunate to be in Saskatchewan here, but even running into coaches on other teams that you know and that we've seen before. I
know, it's so much fun to do. And looking at the crowd today, we've got people like, they call him Reese the Pieces, the equipment manager for the Regina Thunder, Regina Riot, who's just gives his time to community all the time. He's sitting close to Logan Furlan, one of the starting offensive linemen of Saskatchewan Roughriders. There's just so many people here as we look through the window they're here to support amateur football, and they've paid their $25 entrance fee to the gate to enjoy the day of football, and they're just supporting and cheering, and it's just so great to see the community that's been built here, and I'm proud to be part of it.
Well, the fans are definitely getting their money's worth today with 2 incredible games as Team Saskatchewan here. Got a run about 5 there, brings up 2nd down. Corbin Thompson will take it, hand off. He's going to take it this time. Read option, going to take it himself off the left side. Lots of room there, and protects himself and slides after a big 1st down.
Yeah, great blocking as well by receiver Keaton Belcher from the Moose Jaw Central Cyclones. Also blocking his receiver really well, allowing the quarterback to have even more time, more room for this big game.
That's going to bring up 1st down here. Team Saskatchewan finally starting to come into their own a little bit. Obviously, the penalties have been an issue and has really affected them, but starting to see a lot of success on the offense now.
It's sad that that 13-yard quarterback run lowered the average for Team Saskatchewan.
That's right now, 13.7 yards for Team Saskatchewan on the ground as Marcus Adams Jr. stays in the backfield here. Corbin Thompson will take the snap. He has Ben Blackburn coming across. Fumble on the jet sweep, but he ends up picking it up on the bounce, but good job by Team Manitoba to take advantage of that. That looks like number 33 there, Aiden Whiteside from the St. Paul's High School in Winnipeg, making the tackle in the backfield.
Now, I don't understand how this is not blown dead. To me, this is a forward pass, and it's an incomplete pass. So I think the officials, in my opinion, need to rule this as an incomplete pass. I'm not sure. I see the Saskatchewan bench not too happy, and they're talking to the official. I'm on their page on that, thinking the quarterback received the handoff and then pushed the ball forward, which is considered a pass. It's one of the reasons why that technique is being used, is because if you do kind of bobble the handoff, well, handoff's the wrong word. It's not actually a handoff. It's a forward pass. So I'm surprised to see this be called a loss of 14 yards.
Yeah, so it brings up second long. They will look to throw a screen to Ben Blackburn again. He breaks one tackle. He's going to have lots of room if he gets to the left side there, which he does, and he's going to take that all the way in for a Team Saskatchewan touchdown.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter if you do that on 2nd and 20. It's the second time today that they run the screen on 2nd and 20 and get more than 20 yards. Yeah, great play design on the screen and great touchdown for Team Sask.
You know, we joke about running screen passes on 2nd and long, but when they work like that, it's hard to argue with the results.
Now, not easy to defend. You've coached on defense for years, Chris, and you've been a head coach. Even though you know it's coming, it's a challenging play to defend, right?
The amount of times that I have yelled from the sideline that it is going to be a screen pass, and to see D linemen just run past the O lineman like they never heard it, is I can confirm that it is a tough play to coach against, and with the speed that they play, you know, it's a tough play to defend, and a good job by Team Saskatchewan there to put that in for a touchdown. It's
challenging too because you're telling your defensive lineman on 99% of the snaps to come off the ball fast, to play hard, to play fast, and now you're saying no. I want you to really read and react and evaluate what's going on and be more tentative on this potential screenplay. It's just not an easy position to be in, and maybe it is why screen passes can work.
Yeah, tough one to defend there. So Team Saskatchewan will increase their lead to 42-21 with 27 seconds left in this third quarter as the sun sets here at Leibel Field in Regina, Saskatchewan.
A beautiful sight here at Leibel Field with this nice sunset. 21-0 this third quarter. I don't know what was said at halftime by the coaches, but Team Saskatchewan definitely came out with a chip on their shoulders.
Number 38, Traven Wiggins lining up here to kick this ball off again deep. And this time it's actually going to be a little bit of a squib. Nice job by Team Manitoba falling on that one and limiting in the damage.
Yeah, Traven Wiggins with the quick sorry, not Traven Wiggins, my apologies. Kenji Suga from East St. Paul, River East Collegiate, with the quick reaction to jump on that ball. It's not an easy play to make as somebody on kick return. You might have your eyes certainly not on the ball, perhaps on another player who's running down the field you're supposed to block. So good reaction. And it's also a great thing to do. If you do jump on it in this position, it's your ball on the 41-yard line. That's better than you've been averaging all day. So it's a good play for Team Manitoba.
For sure. So we expect Team Manitoba to keep this ball in the air here. We'll see if they maybe look back to taking some shots downfield. They've been keeping it pretty short here. We've seen Brady Templeton use a lot as he comes back across the motion here in that flat. I wouldn't be surprised to see them come back to that, and they are going to look to throw it deep to the right side that time. The corner does make a good play on it, good coverage, but he drops the interception. That doesn't get a whole lot easier than that one. He had great coverage. That's number 3, Miller Childress from Prince Albert, but ends up dropping that one.
Now, Miller's impressing me. He seems athletic. He's got quick reaction speed, and he got to that ball pretty quickly. I'm not sure it's the best throw his team as a team Manitoba. But yeah, great job on Miller being there, and obviously you want him to make a play on that ball, but hey, we force 2nd and 10s. Team Saskatchewan has to be happy with that.
Yeah, so that brings up 2nd and 10 now. Like you mentioned for Team Manitoba, this should be the last play of the quarter, sorry. As Khalil Hossein is in the gun here. We'll take the snap and look to his right this time. He's going to go over the middle. Looks like he's going to keep and pull it, though, and ends up just sliding down, protecting himself, and brings up 3rd down.
Now, it'd be 3rd and 9 here. Not much choice for the quarterback. He's about to get met by 2 linebackers, and I don't blame him for sliding.
No.
He's handling duties between kicking and kickoffs and field goals and playing quarterback. And, yeah, on 2nd and 10, when you can only maybe get 2 or 3 yards, you may as well slide down. I respect that decision.
So that ends the third quarter here, 42-21 for Team Saskatchewan over Team Manitoba here at Regina Leibel Field. Beautiful facility. The sun is setting here. It's been a hot one today, so we definitely appreciate the sun setting. And great crowd here. You know, almost a solid crowd. There's not many seats in the stands here at Leibel that aren't filled.
No, you're absolutely right. Lots of green, obviously, Saskatchewan being the home team, but Manitoba also traveled very well. We see lots of parents and family members that seem to be wearing I assume their kids, their sons' jersey number and names. We see some Shaw 51. We see some 42s in Manitoba, green and gold. Black and gold for Manitoba. I see some number 9. I see Conley. I see a number of names, and it's just nice to see the people out there supporting their kids, their friends, their family, and it's a nice sight here.
Yeah, for sure. Love to see the travel from from all the teams, Team Manitoba, Team Alberta, and Team BC, which is obviously the toughest one. We saw lots of fans here from Team BC in that first game, and it's great to see them travel to see their family play, friends or family, and very lucky to have this tournament here in Regina this week.
Yeah, and for those of you who missed it, Team BC edged out Alberta, who was up early 11-0 in the first quarter, and earned their way into a gold medal game. So the winner of today's game will face Team BC. Could be a repeat of what we saw last year if Saskatchewan continues to dominate on the ground like they are so far.
So that's going to bring up after the end of the third quarter. First play of the fourth is going to be a third and about 8. Team Saskatchewan in their 2 safety look. Lots of motion, trying to get them to jump here, and it looks like they maybe should have called. There we go, a little delayed procedure on the right tackle for Team Manitoba. And now there's 3 flags. Took them a second to see it, but definitely the right call.
Yeah. I'm almost wondering if the official reached for her flag and couldn't get it out in time, because that is obviously what she called here, the line judge. It just took a while to throw the flag and blow the whistle.
So that's going to force a third and long now. We do see Team Saskatchewan playing in that 2 safety look. They're playing a little bit tighter now. Is there something that we could see Team Manitoba, and they're actually going to end up punting here? So
yeah, it's tough. They've had success in the past, but it's 3rd and 13 now. Still early in the fourth. I mean, part of me wants to say go for it because you can't get stops on defense right now. The other part of me says it's 3rd and 13, punt the ball.
Yeah, so they're going to punt this to Noah Finkelday for Team Saskatchewan, number 1. Hoping to get a good punt here is Team Manitoba. We almost saw a block last time for Team Sask, but that time he's going to get it away to the sideline. A nice punt forces Finkelday to the sideline, and he's not going to get any extra yards there.
No, another late flag is being thrown. I'm not sure where it's coming from or for what reason. We didn't see anything on our end, but a great punt that was punted right on the sideline. You can't ask much better than that out of your punter. Holding on Saskatchewan.
That will make it now, how many? 13 for 140. I think that's going to be a big point of attention for the Team Sask coaches here between now and Saturday.
Oh, yeah. The coaches are fuming. You can't have that many penalties. Now, it sure helps when you have 418 yards of offense in 3 quarters of football. I mean, they're on pace for 500 plus. They kicked themselves in the butt by losing 130 yards in penalty, but they're dominating the line of scrimmage.
Mm-hmm. So that will bring up 1st and 10 for Team Saskatchewan as Marcus Adams Jr. lines up in the backfield of the running back, Corbin Thompson under center here. Team Saskatchewan O-line has obviously done a great job so far today, leading the way for 280 rushing yards so far, and they are going to hand this ball off again. Marcus Adams breaks 1 tackle there. That one's going to be brought for a short gain of maybe 2.
Yeah, great job at the Manitoba D-line. We've been praising the O-line for Saskatchewan. The Manitoba, they're hanging in there. It's a tough battle. They're going back and forth, and that's a good play here almost in the backfield where we're looking at 2nd and long.
Yeah, we saw Ryan North go down with an injury there, but he pops back up and shoos the trainers off. We'll see if they're going to make him go off or not. I think they will as the trainers started coming on here. And so Ryan's going to have to go off for 3 plays no matter what.
Yeah, he's not happy, but you can't lay on the ground for that long. The officials will stop the play for you, and if they do, you have to come off for 3 plays.
Yeah, probably the right call there. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 8 here. Good opportunity for Team Manitoba to get a stop deep in Team Saskatchewan zone. If they can get a stop here and force a punt there, this game's not over yet, 42-21, so lots of time in Canadian football.
Oh, absolutely. They just need a bit of maybe a quick break here, some kind of momentum to feel good about their chances, and before you know it, they score 1 and they're 2 scores away.
We'll see here if Team Saskatchewan chooses to keep this ball in the air or not. They've only had handful of passing attempts so far. They are going to do with that roll. Colvin Thompson's going to roll. He has a receiver open, but missed him.
That's a very, very dirty almost play, I think, by the player here from Team Manitoba to dive in the quarterback's legs from behind once the ball was thrown. It's a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down for sure. At a minimum, bad penalty there from Team Manitoba.
We'll see here on the replay. We'll have a good view of it here from that defender rushing the quarterback, throwing away, and just hitting below the knee there after the ball was gone.
It's a tough one. It's a dangerous play in football. Now, I'm criticizing. The reality is it happens really quick on the field. You're sprinting. You're trying to get there. You want to get a big play for your team.
No malicious intent for sure. Trying to do the right thing. Trying, pressure the quarterback.
And see it on the replay. I feel like you're right. No malicious intent at all. I felt that it was a bit too much at first, but it happens so fast.
Yeah.
It's difficult to do, right?
Thankfully, Corbin Thompson is okay. Lines up here at quarterback still for Team Saskatchewan with Marcus Adams beside him. He's going to take the handoff, going to hand it off to his left side. That time, great job by the Team Manitoba D-line inside, led by number 44. That is Brady Penner from Dakota Collegiate doing a nice job.
Well, the Manitoba defense is starting to show up here against a strong O-line from Saskatchewan, and it's making a difference. It's forcing Saskatchewan to go deeper in the playbook on 2nd and 10. We saw a few of those rollouts. We saw a few of those screens. Not sure what to expect here. Is it going to be the running back wheel?
You know, we haven't seen too many throws from the pocket. That's one thing that Team Saskatchewan has not done a whole lot of. Like you mentioned, they did do it on the wheel pass. So we'll see here. They are going to go empty with Marcus Adams coming up to the line. And he's going to look for Marcus Adams Jr. He's going to throw it out of bounds with the pressure inside there. Great job by Manitoba to force a 3rd down.
And I wonder if that was a wheel route.
It might have, yeah.
By Marcus Adams Jr. I'm not sure. Quarterback had to get rid of it quickly, but they might have tried it. Well, Manitoba gets their stop after 2 good defensive line plays and a bad penalty, but here they are. They're going to get the ball back down by 21.
Shout out to Mike Thomas, Director of Football Saskatchewan in the South here, who was one of the ones to ask us to do this. We're very grateful for that, watching in Charlotte, North Carolina with the flag championships, I believe, down there right now. So
yeah, congratulations to him, and I believe, is it his son that plays on the flag team?
Well, I think this is the senior, so I'm not sure. I think he's just there helping represent, but I could be wrong. We'll get clarification on that, but I'm thankful for everyone watching here today, no matter where you're from, as Team Saskatchewan lines up to punt, and that time great protection there from the punt team and gets a punt. Nice bounce there. Good job by the returner to catch that on the one bounce, and good coverage downfield as well.
We can talk about Mike Thomas for hours. He's one of these guys who's, I believe, Director of Football Operation for Football Saskatchewan. And I might have got the title wrong, but at the end of the day, he's one of the leaders in Football Saskatchewan, and it's hard to look at Football Saskatchewan in anything but admiration. What they've done and how they've grown football in this province over the years is absolutely outstanding. It's remarkable. The Youth Flag League here in Regina has surpassed soccer in numbers, which is absolutely unheard of in our country. The women's football growth, something else that Mike Thomas has pushed for years, is going really, really well. And now you see the result, also the products of the U16 teams. And I know he's proud of this team right now. And Mike, I'll stop talking about all the penalties, okay?
There we go. We've seen Team Manitoba put the ball on the ground for the first time in quite a while. That's going to bring their average up, I think, after that 4-yard run by Noah Lee.
That's their 7th rush of the game. And of those 7 rushes, 4 were quarterback scrambles. So it's the 3rd rush by a running back today. And again, I don't blame Manitoba. They're avoiding Saskatchewan's strength, which is right down the middle, it seems like. It's not bad coaching by Manitoba. It's
not at all.
They're a little bit outmatched in some positions, and they got to do what they got to do. And they've put up 21 points already.
So we're getting close to go for it territory. Wouldn't be surprised no matter what here to see them going for it on 3rd down. We see that double safety look again here by Team Saskatchewan as Team Manitoba will look to pass. Khalil Hossein looking off to his right side. We'll see here. Good job by number 45 by Team Saskatchewan there. Coverage on that swing pass. That's Riker Hansen. We've seen him make lots of great plays.
It is Mike Thomas' daughter, I believe.
It is, okay.
Who's playing, who's playing flag in this tournament. So they won, if I'm not mistaken, under 16 or under 18 flag provincial.
Yeah, I believe they're one of 2 teams to travel from Saskatchewan down to North Carolina, and the growth in flag. There's also senior national flag on right now as well. I'm not 100% sure where that game is being held. We see local official Ryan Putt there reffing.
Yeah, representing the whole country
yeah.
as an official for Saskatchewan. He reffed the I believe he was the head official for the Mexico against USA game, which was I believe the tournament opener. So it's a great compliment to Ryan Putt. And the work that he's put in.
Good pressure there by Team Saskatchewan D-line. Finishing it off is number 74, Xavier Camacho from Miller. But good pressure all around, and it looks like Team Manitoba is going to choose to just punt this one away.
No, that was 3rd down,
Sorry.
I believe, and it's my fault, Chris, as we're talking about flag football and development of football Saskatchewan, which I'm proud to mention on air, but this was 3rd down. Manitoba went for it, but big pressure from Team Saskatchewan.
Right, sorry, I thought I saw the marker changed late, so good job by Team Saskatchewan. Get that pressure on 3rd down, force another turnover. As we pause the game here for the 50-50 from Regina Minor Football Executive Len Antonini. We get that nice view there. Official helping Len out, read off the number here. So unfortunately, you can't buy tickets online for this one. I'm sure the pod is big with the crowd we've seen here.
You know, if we could, Chris, you and I, we could be pushing these tickets and creating winners, but it's a local in-person draw here today. It's a great way to support amateur sports, and we should maybe mention very quickly some of the organizations that have been supporting this tournament, especially here locally. We've got Saskatchewan Lotteries, who's been a supporter of minor football in Saskatchewan for years, the city of Regina, Tourism Saskatchewan, obviously Regina Minor Football putting this on for us, and the Saskatchewan Rough Rider Foundation as well.
Nice job in the backfield there for Team Manitoba on Marcus Adams Jr. We'll get the number. That is number 42, Ryan North. Looks like he's perfectly fine after going off for a few plays.
Yeah, and I think I may have said too often the Saskatchewan was running the ball well, because now Manitoba in this fourth quarter, I mean, they've showed up with their D-line, and they're getting in the backfield making play. It's creating some havoc, and now Team Saskatchewan is forced to try different things in their playbook. Now they're in second and long again, making it tough on Sask to run away with it. They're staying in this game.
We see Corbin Thompson in the gun here. Marcus Adams leak out to the left. We'll see if he looks to hit him in the pass. He is going to look that way and then looks to his right. Has 81 open. That was Keaton Belcher, but incomplete pass. Good pressure again from Team Manitoba.
Yeah, great pressure. Number 5, Brandon Bartone this time on time with the hit on the quarterback, making a great play and redeeming himself from my previous comment. But great job, Team Manitoba, getting it 2 and out, forcing Saskatchewan to lose yards and punt the ball away with just under 7 minutes left. It's a tough task. 7 minutes, they got to score 3 touchdowns, but they're keeping this game close, and they're showing a lot of character, this Manitoba team.
Yeah, they are. They're still fighting. We see the enthusiasm from Ryan North there after a great play, and as he should. He should celebrate that. He's had a great game so far. Team Saskatchewan, a little bit of a high snap there, but a nice job to rally that one in. Team Manitoba catches that in the air, and not a whole lot of room on that sideline there. Does a nice job to catch that in the air and just get what he can. That's number 23, Brady Templeton.
Yeah, it's a great job catching the ball. It wasn't a super deep kick, so you don't have a ton of opportunities to get yards on that, but when you catch the ball in the air and you catch it cleanly, good things happen. Yep. At the end of the day, that's only a 16 or 17-yard gain off the punt exchange, so Team Manitoba is happy with that.
Absolutely. So that's going to leave 6:37 left in this fourth quarter here on the second game of day 1 at the 2023 Football Canada U16 Western Regional Challenge. Again, we want to thank everyone tuning in from wherever they are across North America now, we know, which is great. And we really appreciate you all taking the time to watch these games and everyone who helps makes this tournament happen. Quarterback change here for Team Manitoba. We'll get the number here. That's probably Alexander Blasko. And that's going to be a pick for Team Saskatchewan, intercepting that on the swing pass. That's number 1, Noah Finkelday, with a heck of a play.
Yeah, Noah must have read that from his safety position and came down here real quickly. There's a little bit of a bobble in the grip from the quarterback. He wasn't super quick in getting the ball out there. And, well, let's just say Team Saskatchewan took advantage of that.
Yeah, that's a great play by Noah. One of the 2 returning players that we've talked about, and he shows his experience there reading that play, using his great athleticism as we see his dad and family right in front of us celebrating that big play.
Well, I'd be happy and proud as well, seeing my son or family member, make a play like that on the big stage. Good job, Noah. You're sending your team to the gold medal game, it seems like.
So that will bump up Team Saskatchewan's lead as they line up here for the extra point. Kick is up and good. We'll make that 49-21 with 6:18 left in the fourth quarter.
Well, great first half. I don't want to say moral victory by any means for Team Manitoba, but they come in this game as underdogs. They went punt for punch in the first half. They've passed the ball extremely well. Now they started shutting down the run as well. I hope the Manitoba team doesn't feel discouraged with this score. I thought they did some great things today. The game is starting to escape from them a bit. I mean, the second half, it's been 28-0. A little bit lopsided on the second half, but there are a lot of good, positive things for Team Manitoba. I don't know at this point what you do. Do you start playing a few guys that maybe are deeper in the roster because your next game is your bronze medal game, which you have to win, right? You're getting ready to play Team Alberta, and that's your chance of moving up from 4th place to 3rd. But I mean, great game so far from them. I'm excited what that program can do. We talked to the manager. They're a young team, brand new coaching staff. They've shown some good stuff today, but Team Saskatchewan at the end of the day is just shown a little bit more strength.
Yeah, and they're going to get a bounce here with that kick out of bounds from Team Saskatchewan, so they're going to start on the 45-yard line. It'll be interesting to see. They came out with with Blasco on that drive there, switching from Khalil Hossein, who's had a great day so far. And, it looks like they are going to come back out with him here to start this next drive. But, both teams played great, incredible first half. And as you mentioned, Team Saskatchewan running away with it a little bit here towards the end of the game, but can't be upset with Team Manitoba's effort at all.
No, not at all. I think they got to hang their heads high. They're competing against a good team. And look, Team Saskatchewan, there's some rumbles out there that this might be one of their best teams ever, even though it's a young one. And Manitoba went punch for full half of football. So, I mean, we'll learn more on Saturday where these teams all settle in the rankings, but not a bad showing by either team.
It is Blasco still in a quarterback, pitches that off to the left side. Nice job by the receiver there. Make that 2nd and 1 after that play.
Yeah, great play. Great play. Good job getting yards after the catch. And good job by the quarterback getting the ball out quickly. On the screen passes, one of the things you really got to do is make sure you grip it and rip it, as they say.
That's right. Good job after throwing that interception as well. Just to come out, no fear of throwing the ball still. Nice completion there on first down. We'll see here. Looks like Team Manitoba is lining up in the empty, although they will motion someone in here. See if they keep this ball on the ground. They haven't been running the ball a whole lot, obviously, in this game. They will look to throw as well. Team Manitoba is going to throw deep that time. Alexander Blasco, great coverage that time, and a good job by the receiver. A little bit of hand fighting to come back to it. Does a nice job for a big catch for his QB.
It's a good play by the receiver. It's not easy to defend. The ball's a little bit underthrown. Not easy for defensive back, but not easy for receiver either. He's got to plant his foot and come back and forward. It's a good pitch and catch for Manitoba, and another display of their ability to move the ball through the air.
Yeah, nice job by Ben LaRoche Short there out of Grant Park High School in Winnipeg. Coming up big for his QB, Alexander Belasco out of also Grant Park. So, again, lots of teammates on this team.
Grant Park to Grant Park, Dakota to Dakota. We've said that a lot.
There you go. Grant Park, I believe, the home of 3 or 4 current CFL players in Winnipeg right now. Obviously a school that produces good talent, and he will look to throw again out there to number 16, I believe that is. Nice job, and a late flag. We'll see here probably a face mask potentially or a hit to the head. So nice catch by number 16. That is Gavin Heza from the Falcons Football Club in Winnipeg.
I always place judgment on the quality of an offense when I see this specific play, the hooks in the boundary or the hitches, whatever you want to call them. It requires good spacing, good timing. It's a simple play, but to do it well, it means that you're in sync. And that was a good play by Team Manitoba. It looks like the penalty is on Team Saskatchewan here. They're going to rack up their 14th penalty of the day, just over 150 yards, in addition to this kick that was out of bounds.
Yeah, so that's going to be an
15-yarder.
automatic first down and add to their total now. 160 yards total penalties now for Team Saskatchewan. And, it really affected them in the first half. Not a whole lot, so much on the scoreboard in the second half, but still something that they're going to have to look to clean up going forward.
We're repeating ourselves like your favorite CD skipping.
That's right. Alexander Blasco ready to take that snap. He is going to hand it off, this time to 28 inside. Noah Lee, nice job there, getting the edge, but nice pursuit by Team Saskatchewan, limiting that gain.
And Chris, to be fair, when I say repeating ourselves, I'm the one who said it 17 times. That's not a shot at you.
No, it's okay.
But it's been difficult to ignore because it has been kind of an issue here today. And we didn't see any of that really in the first game.
No, very clean game in the first game. Definitely nowhere near the amount of penalty yards that we've seen in this one. And, a lot of penalties that are controllable. Things like that last face mask, they're going to happen once in a while. But, a lot of penalties that you are in complete control of. So something that's a little bit surprising to see in this game. But we'll see if Team Manitoba can take advantage of it after that face mask, bring up 2nd and 9 here as Alexander Blasco lines up again in the gun. He's going to look to his right that time, hits his wide receiver coming in on the slant. It looks like that will be a complete pass, only for about 3 or 4 yards, though.
Yeah, you're still looking at 3rd and medium, which naturally they will go for it. Chris, I'm mesmerized a little bit what I'm seeing out our window. I hope there's photographers here today. The sky at Leibel Field is just absolutely gorgeous. We had a great sunset, and now we've got this color into the skies. And I don't know at home if there's I'm not sure if there's a website with the with photography link or anything like that. I hope that there is for your sake because it's absolutely gorgeous out here today.
Yeah, very fortunate to be here at Leibel Field. And another great football game this afternoon, game 2 of day 1 here. And Blasco will look to his right. That time he's going to tuck and run that time and just get what he can. I don't know if he got the first down. I think he's going to end up being short, and that's going to be a turnover for Team Manitoba.
It's a good effort by the quarterback, but unfortunately just not enough to get the first down there. It's another turnover on down.
So 3 minutes on the clock, 3-minute warning coming up for Team Saskatchewan here. We expect them just to keep the ball on the ground. We'll see who they put out there at running back.
Yeah, they may go a bit deeper in their roster now. It's 49-21. This game is, I think we can say it, this game is over. Good showing both teams, but Saskatchewan can roll in maybe some backup offensive lines and backup receivers, get some guys some playing time, and as their rest their starters for their big game on Saturday.
Yeah, so we expect to see Team Saskatchewan take on Team BC. I believe the kickoff times on Saturday is 11 a.m. for the bronze medal game and 2 p.m. for the gold medal game. On Saturday, we're looking forward to being back here at Leibel Field for that, as Team Saskatchewan gets ready here for their drive after the 3-minute warning, and they're going to jet sweep that across the field. He's got lots of room on that sideline. Nice job turning him back in there by Team Manitoba, but he keeps his feet going, and he's still driving tacklers down all the way to the 37-yard line.
I'm really enjoying the Team Saskatchewan bench. Seems to be very, very happy about this, player who probably touched the ball once or twice max today when we look at the stats. That's his second touch today and gets a big gain, and you see all his teammates getting rallied around it and being excited for their teammates. A good sign of healthy team culture on the bench.
Yeah.
I mean, easier to do when you're winning 49-21.
For sure. But, still enjoying this moment. It's a short tournament. They only get 2 games, so you better take advantage of everything that you have today.
And this is special. This is the highest level of football you can play at the U16 level, and it's it's very special to see.
Going to turn and hand that off to Marcus Adams Jr., who does a nice job. He is quick inside, although we see another flag come down this time, which is probably going to be another 10 yards against Team Saskatchewan.
I'm not going to say it, Chris.
I'm not going to say it?
I'm not going to say it.
All right.
Now, look, at 49-21, you run the ball that good. I'm not sure that officials are going to be extremely lenient in your favor when you're leading and running so well. So these calls are likely getting a bit tighter. Now, I'm using words like likely and assuming. I don't know that for sure. But it does look like another holding.
Yeah, so that's going to bounce Team Saskatchewan back now. Bring up 1st and 20
now
with
they love
2 minutes, 24
first and
seconds.
20, Chris. They love 1st and 20. We've got the running back wheel. We've got the screen passes.
It's true.
Are we going to see a draw today?
Yeah, something that we haven't seen now. We'll see Marcus Adams Jr. lined up to Corbin Thompson's right here. Something that we haven't seen yet. Team Manitoba kind of stacking the box as you expect with how they've been running the ball against them. They are going to look to pass that time, going deep down the middle, and it's going to fall incomplete. They took a shot there and a nice ball. Tough catch, though, as well.
Team Saskatchewan running the famous backer halo. Simply put, it's a option for the quarterback. They can pull the ball from the return from the running back. If the linebacker comes up to play the run, that's what the quarterback will do. You'll throw the ball over the linebacker's head and try to hit the seam. And the receivers have an option there. They can go deep or short depending on the coverage. So it's a popular play here in Regina and in Saskatoon, and I believe that was the call on the last one.
Yeah, so missed opportunity there for Team Saskatchewan. So time will stop now. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left in this 4th quarter. We'll see what Team Sask does here on the 2nd down. They will just hand the ball off to Marcus Adams, makes one cut jump, and then gets tackled for a gain of about 4 or 5. They're going to bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, and Adams Jr. has shown great athleticism all game long. He's very, very agile with that cut move as his. Let's see it on the replay.
We've talked about him, only 14 years old, incredible player so far. We look forward to seeing how his career progresses as he matures and grows up in the age gap, but he's going to be able to play for this team again next year.
So does that mean he gets 2 years of the program or 3?
I believe he'll be able to play 2 if I'm correct, but depends on when his birthday is and everything, but I think for sure he'll have 2 years with this team. So Team Sask will punt the ball here as Team Manitoba lines up with 2 returners, including number 23 Brady Templeton.
Team Manitoba standing fairly far here, about 36 yards away from the punt, 37 yards.
We mentioned that earlier in the game that we were surprised at a little bit how deep they are, but Brady Templeton does a good job coming up on that one, probably was at the right depth, and a nice job by number 1, Noah Finkelday, had that pick 6, making a nice job on the punt coverage team there.
Yeah, 33-yard gain, that's pretty good. So 1:46 left for Team Manitoba. I mean, you're running your offense. You're trying to get some yards in, and you're hoping to get one more score, right?
Yeah, we expect Alexander Blasco here. Wouldn't be surprised to see if they keep this ball in the air. They've obviously had success there throughout this game with 246 yards in the air. and a 12.3 average. So wouldn't be surprised to see if they keep this. We do have a new running back in here. We'll see if they give him the ball. Blasco will look to his left and throw that just a little low there, and that one will fall incomplete and bring up 2nd and 10.
Well, Chris, this has been fun already. We have one more day on Saturday. We're continuing to work on the broadcast as well. We had 3 cameras today, and then we were setting up some enhanced Wi-Fi even. We actually want to talk more with you guys at home and see the comments you're sending. We weren't able to see it on this game, but on Saturday, please bring your best comments in so we can have some fun and banter back and forth with you guys at home. It makes it more fun when there's a dynamic there.
Yeah, we saw over 600 players or people watching that first drive. Nice job by Brady Templeton there, and that's going to be another 15 for sure or not. I definitely thought that was going to be a horse call, or maybe they called it below the numbers. But
you know what? The official was right in front of it and didn't seem to hesitate at all, and I think he had a great view. So let's see on the replay here. Perhaps the hand placement was on the numbers or below.
Yeah, we'll see. Good angle here for sure. It looks like it was above the numbers from here. Probably should have been a call, but they're going to let that one go, and it is a first down. Nice job by Brady Templeton, though, on that crossing route. Blasco will look to throw. He's looking to his left to the new running back in there on the swing pass. Makes one person miss, and another flag here. We'll see what that one's on. We'll have to get the number on that ball carrier.
Looks like a receiver from Manitoba probably impeded with the tackling there. I think we're going to see a holding on Manitoba.
I believe that is Kane Cristofaro in at receiver for Team Manitoba, or in at running back, sorry.
So, Chris, we've both been in these types of tournaments before. It's a short tournament. It's a quick turnaround. You've got 3 days of practice. You can't go too hard in between games for obvious reasons. What are the coaches doing tonight?
I think tonight coaches will probably, let their players hang out in their dorms, relax a little bit after a hard game today. Coaches will watch film, figure out what they need to work on for offense, defense, and special teams, obviously going into Saturday. They'll probably have a light walkthrough practice tomorrow before a more regular practice on Friday before going into Saturday's game.
Yeah, it's an interesting grind, and I'm going to use that word for the coaches. It's a lot in these tournaments. You get the film whenever it's uploaded, whenever it's ready, and then you stay up late and try to get everything ready for the next morning. And you might be scheduled to practice at 9 a.m. or at 11 or at 1. You've got the schedule in advance, and now you got a limited amount of hours to get ready for that.
Blasco will look to his right, throws it up field there to his receiver. Nice job there. Nice pitch and catch with some good coverage, but that's a heck of a catch there by number 12, Ben LaRose Short. He's made a few nice plays in today's game.
He's been one of the really bright spots for Team Manitoba. There's been a lot of good players, but we keep saying his name a lot. An MVP candidate perhaps for today. Speaking of MVPs, we have been handed over a couple of names here that are going to be highlighted at the end of this game. You're not going to see that because the broadcast will be cut by that time, but we can mention them right now and give the credit to these players who've played outstanding.
Yeah, for sure. So Team Manitoba, offensive MVP, Khalil Hussein. He's played great game at quarterback there today so far. And on defense, number 44, Brady Penner for Team Manitoba.
Yeah, deserving players, teammates at Dakota Collegiate, but they've done a great job. And there's a number of players that could be mentioned in that role, but you select one on offense, one on defense. That's where it stops. But good selections. There's also other players that are very deserving, no doubt. On the Team Saskatchewan side, we said his name a lot from even before the first snap. Number 26, Marcus Adam Jr. on the offense. Showed good athleticism. And, of course, I think there's running back 1A and running back 1B like we talked about. And, his colleague at 1B could have also gotten a nod, but I guess not everybody gets the MVP awards. On defense, number 45, Riker Hansen, he flew around.
Absolutely.
I was scared at some point for the receivers when Riker was coming in full speed to make tackles. That is a force to be reckoned with. Really, really fast and aggressive player. And outside of a couple of penalties, He played a great game.
He did. We saw number 21 there for Team Manitoba, Jaden Wall, walk off under his own power. I believe actually number 81. Hopefully Kane Cristofaro is okay. Alexander Blasco in at QB still. He's going to look quickly to his left on the hitch, and that one's going to fall incomplete. And is that Riker on the coverage? No, that's someone else. But again, nice coverage there by Team Saskatchewan. Very aggressive.
Yeah, 73 on the coverage. Harrison Rousseau, a defensive lineman, that seems to be playing a linebacker position right now. So lots of versatile players on this lineup. And it's good to see those guys who maybe didn't start the game on defense and now get a chance to play a bit more. And we, as you can see, they're quite capable.
We've talked about teammates a lot. Turns out that Harrison is a teammate of the defensive MVP at the Holy Cross Crusaders up in Saskatoon. Must be a pretty good defense up there. Alexander Blasco in at QB still. He's going to look to pass here on third down. Going to his right. Nice coverage there. That one's going to fall incomplete. Nice job by number 19 out of Sheldon Collegiate, Dax Gibney, with a nice job.
That's a turnover on downs. We're now 50 seconds in the game. You can expect Team Saskatchewan to likely just take 3 knees and go home with the victory, and they'll feel pretty good about the second half.
Apologies, that's out of Moose Jaw, the Peacock Tornadoes. Similar helmet, but a nice job there by another Moose Jaw player for Team Saskatchewan.
I like what I'm seeing in the Saskatchewan roster. Not that it matters or it should be a thing, but we're seeing a list of so many different players from so many different places, from the Melfort Comets to, we mentioned people in Prince Albert, Saskatoon, Regina, Moose Jaw. It's really nice to see, the diversity in players. I think that's awesome. And we mentioned quickly, too, 6 aside, 9 aside. And they're learning. Some of them are learning to play 12 aside for the first time.
Yeah, a lot of these players first time in that. And Team Saskatchewan will be able to just take knees here and run this clock off here as the sun sets at beautiful Libel Field here in Regina. As we get ready for the bronze and gold medal games coming up on Saturday here, we will be back at Libel Field. Team Manitoba will play Team Alberta for that bronze medal, as Team Saskatchewan and Team BC will play for gold medal, repeat of last year's gold medal game.
I mean, this is fun. I look forward to Saturday. It's going to be fun for you and I too, Chris, as we are starting to learn more about these players and get a chance to chat more with the coaches and hear more stories from you guys at home as well. Keep the comments coming. Keep the feedback coming. We look forward to being with you on Saturday, and should be fun.
As we see Team Saskatchewan taking a knee and Team Manitoba going in and tackling the quarterback, and, don't like to see that. He's kind of waving to the fans there. They're obviously taking a knee. Let's just protect the players here. And he is going to get a penalty, and rightfully so.
15-yard penalty here that players should know better.
Yeah, yeah.
It's, I'm looking statistically at the penalties. We're now above the 270 yards of penalties today with both teams combined. That needs to be cleaned up if they want a chance at winning a medal.
Yeah, especially compared to the penalties that we saw in that first game. Nowhere near that amount. So something for both teams to focus on definitely going into Saturday.
Now expect Manitoba to not cross the line of scrimmage here. They're not using their timeouts. They've acknowledged that this game is over, so they should let Saskatchewan just take a knee here. Oh, boy.
And it looks like, yeah,
this is ugly.
There's going to be a little bit of extra stuff there, unnecessary. The refs, we'd like to see, obviously don't want to see that, as we don't need that at the end of the game. And
no, and now, it's almost worth taking a timeout here and bring the players to the bench. You don't want an ejection. It looks like Saskatchewan's getting penalized. Honestly, I'm not sure why Saskatchewan's getting the penalty here. Manitoba should not cross the line of scrimmage. They're taking knee. The game is over. Part of me believes the officials need to stand in the middle and not let anybody come through. We got to manage the game better. It's also on the kids. It's also on the coaches. But it's a sad way to end this game.
Yeah, it's been an incredible game, and we've seen incredible sportsmanship throughout this game. This is the first time we've seen anything like this. So we're hoping that that we don't see something again here on the bad thing about that penalty now is the time stopped. So Team Saskatchewan is going to have to take another knee here, run it, and then take another. We'll see here. We haven't seen any timeouts called, thankfully, from the teams, so hopefully they can just take 2 knees here, go under center this time now, and then just get this game over with.
Yeah, just go down. Thank you. Much better. A bit of a learning there for the kids, too.
Yeah.
It's you do that once in your playing career, and to never do it again.
Yeah,
it's
for
as
sure.
simple as that.
Young players, obviously, heated game, a lot of emotions, so Team Saskatchewan will take one final knee here and wrap this game up.
And we'll sign off, and very thankful that you were with us throughout the day, whether you watched one game or 2. It's been fun to be up here.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate you tuning in to Game 2 of Day 1. Team Saskatchewan takes the lead, or takes the game here, and will play Team BC in the gold medal game on Saturday. We look forward to seeing everyone again on Saturday. Thank you.